Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Talk Scottish Football. That was quite exciting there, David.
Talk Scottish Football live.
Talk Scottish Football live for the first time ever. We're here. There was no preview podcast this week, of course. We never got round to it. David, you were, you could say, having a good time throughout the week.
Well, we're hard-working individuals.
Yes, we are. We both just, and you know what? I've just hit 20,000 subscribers on my own channel.
He's done it. Well done, mate.
Exactly. Thank you very much, mate. So I thought it was a week of celebration. You were celebrating up north. I was celebrating back down here in the big city. But we're here live to do our equivalent to the podcast. We're going to talk about each game, but we're going to be doing it while it's live.
I know.
That's the magic, mate.
That's exactly what it says in the tin, but we're taking it now because it's live, you know?
I know, exactly. It's going to be interesting. We're going to try and get ourselves a wee ticket for a couple of the games. Of course, there's only two of us here. David, I'm going to let you in a moment discuss what your plans going forward is with the show and the channel and everything else. But today, there is only the two of us. It's just me and David. So there's 3 games on, if you don't know. We've got 3 massive games, you can say, in the Scottish Premiership. We've got Livingston taking on Hibernian. You can see at the bottom of your screen, the scores will update as they come in. Motherwell at Dundee, and Dundee United at Motherwell, and Hamilton taking on Ross County as well at New Douglas Park. So, David, your thoughts?
I'm delighted, mate. I'm really excited to do this. Like we've talked a wee while about how we're going to branch the channel out next, and we're wanting to get some other people on the channel. Obviously, Dev's been on a bit; he'll be involved in this as well at some point. But I think one thing we said, someone actually tweeted us this morning saying this. Apart from listening to the radio, I mean, there's not an awful lot out there to watch sort of live coverage of the games in Scotland simultaneously. You know, so you've got open all mics and radio, which is great. Radio Clyde do a thing as well, but you know, in terms of like something on YouTube, this is something that we feel we can tap into. So we're going to do that starting today and see where it takes us. But yeah, looking forward to it. 3 big games as well. So.
Yep, of course, it's going to be difficult moving forward as well, because when football is back to proper normal, we're out in the grounds. I imagine David will be going back to press duties whenever he gets the opportunity. I will be hopefully going into press duties as well a lot more, but also with my Celtic and you following Dunfermline, me following Celtic. They probably won't be as regular, but from now, it's a fantastic way for us to engage with you guys, and it's a fantastic way for us to follow everything that's happening around the league in real time. First things first, just want to say, Callum Crossing, us loyal fans are early. Thank you very much, Callum. That's nice.
Callum, other Callum, he's got a bit of a struggle. His missus has just told him he's coming around. She's coming around, so feel for you. That is a shame.
That is an absolute shame. Look, if you have to pick one thing in life, David, are you taking a woman, or are you taking football?
I mean, I'm going to act like I've got a choice no matter, but I'm definitely.
I think both of us are in the same boat here. We don't really have this. Have the loyal. What's the word I'm looking for? Don't have the. You know what? I'm going. This is it.
Well, you're struggling for vocabulary. You have to point out that Ryan is now an international TV star as well on BT Sport.
Oh, that's right.
How was that?
That was fantastic. This is our excuse for no podcast. Don't worry, it's fine.
I never ate you anything.
Yes, I'm an international TV star now. Thanks to Gogsy for that. That was a guy who managed to get me going into the BT Sport world yesterday, make my debut there. When we go live, I feel like we spoke about this last week on Gogsy's channel. I really do turn into Charlie Nicholas.
Yeah, Champion Charlie.
I'm kind of, I'm lost for words some of the times. It's because I like to entertain, and entertaining is the most important part.
Oh yeah, you've got to make the people happy. But let's not at the games this afternoon. We've got a wee bit of time before kick off to preview these games. Yep. Just quickly on, I don't know, I enjoyed that first weekend back. The first game at Punditry was a bit of a stinker, really.
Yeah, I was about to say a stinker.
The whole weekend was good. Obviously, we were on Gogsy's channel last week. Gogsy's also streaming this afternoon. I think Gogsy streams all the time. He's an absolute machine at that stuff. So
he's loving it this week. He's been up there with the Champions League, the Europa League, Scottish football. I guarantee he'll be in the English football.
So if you're a Motherwell fan and you want Motherwell biased content this afternoon, Gogsy will be streaming. So
I'm sure he'll be enjoying that.
Last week, it was really good. So I watched Dundee United at Johnston. What game did you have last week?
I had the pleasure of watching St Mirren and Livingston.
Effie Ambrose at wing back. That was bonkers.
Oh God, I couldn't believe it at the time. I'm sure we'll come on to that when we're talking about the Livingston game in a couple of moments. But no, look, it was really nice to have the football back last week. we've waited a long time. It is a shame that we now find ourselves in a situation where we've watched 8 players of one of the sides put it all into jeopardy. But I suppose it's a wake-up call. I wish it didn't happen 1 week in. If we were 30 weeks down the line, it could have been a little bit more understandable. But look, it's a learning curve for everybody, and it'll hopefully teach a lesson to everyone around the league.
Yeah, I mean, this is the one major talking point of our podcast we would have done this week, but we haven't got around to it, so it's good we've got this time now. I've been speaking to a few Aberdeen fans and stuff, and I think there's mixed views, but I think the majority of them are just, annoyed. And actually, for me, if I was an Aberdeen fan, I think would probably annoy me most is they just got beat by Rangers at Tawdry in a pretty horrible performance. What are they doing in the pub? Like, I don't. It
reminds me of. Do you remember the Petrofac Cup final or the Ramsden's Cup final even a few years ago, and Rafe Rovers beat Rangers, and later on that night, Ali McCoist was pictured in the pub doing karaoke with the team.
When I lose on the booze, I get all that, but that lackluster performance, and it's just, I said to one of the Aberdeen fans I spoke to, said that we're allowed to go for a pint just during lockdown. Why aren't they? And I can't take that.
I know, I completely understand that.
But at the same time, there's a whole difference in responsibility, with the Premiership players just now, because they've been given the chance to get back playing. They've been given specific guidelines, etc. And the thing that I think, I listened to Derek McInnes yesterday, he seemed just so disappointed, because it doesn't just put Aberdeen in jeopardy, it puts the whole league in jeopardy. That game today could have gone ahead. It didn't. The game on, I think it's Wednesday, they play Hamilton, looks like it is going to go ahead. I don't know if that's the right call, but it's just, there's so many question marks over the whole thing there, and how easy it is, for it all to fall apart. And I suppose maybe it's a blessing in disguise that we've had it this early, so we can kind of learn, as the league. But it's been a bit of a
very interesting point here, which I was actually going to bring up before I seen the comment, where Glasgow Celtic commenting he reckons Aberdeen should be handed an automatic loss. What's your opinions to that? Do you think they should have been handed some form of punishment? Do you think St Johnstone should have been given the 3 points, or is it just a typical, rescheduling of a match? Is this just the norm? We're going to have to expect this.
It might be the norm going forward, but it's a real grey area, because what's the difference between? Is it? I don't know if it's as simple as saying, what if you had 8 injuries in training last week? Would the game have been called off? Probably not.
But this is like a severe lapse of
judgment. I do get the difference. But St Johnstone now are going to, this is going to work against them now. They're going to have now fixture congestion they wouldn't have had because of Aberdeen. So I think I'd expect there to be a fine for Aberdeen, but I don't.
I think at the time
it's a tough one.
At the time when I first heard of it, I was very disappointed and angry. And I do get a point. I said in my video, when I made my video yesterday discussing the Celtic game this weekend against Kilmarnock, and I brought up the fact that Aberdeen had got into this situation. What I said was, look, this is terrible. These are footballers who have been apparently dying for the... Look, we're in a country where if things were to get postponed again, there's a severe chance of clubs going under. They should know the responsibility at hand. They should know that they're getting paid a lot of money. And all they had, look, go to a wee gaff, all you like, go and sit with your teammates. They should be trying their best to stay at these scenarios. They're human beings, and of course, all of us want to go and have a drink in the pub. It would be quite hypocritical for me to say they can't go to the pub when I was sitting in a pub last night. That is hypocritical. I'll take that on point. But these guys,
the difference comes in terms of responsibility. Their responsibility and consequences for going for a pint are much more severe than yours.
Oh yes, exactly. And that's exactly what I was going to come on to. I think Aberdeen should have been punished. I think I would have if I was in charge of the SPFL. I think I would have deducted points or gave St Johnstone points to Aberdeen. St Johnstone, because we've got to make a message clear, and that is we can't mess about. In lack of a better word, we can't take this for granted. The fact we've got football back, it's took so long, and we can't have people going out and doing that. But we've talked enough about that. We've got about 20 minutes to kick off in the game, so we'll quickly run through the 3 games that we have at hand, and we'll look through the comments as well. While we have this, so we've got a few comments that are flying in. If there's anything you want us to bring up on topic today's games, anything about the weekend's games, let us know. But the first game we're going to talk about is the first one I've got lining across the screen. Proper soccer Saturday fashion here. Livingston versus Hibernian at the Tony Macaroni Arena. David, last week Livingston losing to St Mirren, Hibernian picking up 3 points against Kilmarnock. What are you thinking today?
Well, I mean, you watched Livy last week. It's a tough one. They've gone for the sort of it was like a 3-4 one. I don't know. It was like
it was
an
my-
odd
it was my-
formation, wasn't
it
it?
was my- I think we've both disconnected for streaming there. I think we're
Sorry,
back.
we're back. Don't you worry.
We're back. Yeah, it was like a Christmas tree formation. I don't know what was going on there.
Yeah. So I mean, Hibs obviously looked good. Good win. So it's gonna be a tough one because Livingston, especially at home, are always a different beast, aren't they, with that pitch? But I think Hibs. A lot of people are tipping Hibs for third. I know we both did. So I think this is the sort of game that Hibs will want to be winning if they're gonna sort of separate themselves from the rest in terms of like that battle for third place. So it'll be an interesting game. Again, this early in the season, it's hard to predict form-wise in terms of things like that. But one thing you say about Hibs is in terms of their goal threat, Nisbet and Doidge up front, starting together competitively for the first time. Obviously, Doidge from the bench last week. So that'll be interesting. I'm sure Hib fans are very excited to see that.
A lot of people tipping Hibs for third, of course, this season, including myself. They have been highly spoke of. Need to follow up with another win, I would say, this week. It's never easy, but Celtic are in the same position this week. We've got to go and play in a plastic park. It's no nice. And Livingston know how to make life difficult on that park. So, it's going to be a tough game. Livingston will definitely want to pick up with after a disappointing start. 'Cause it's not even the fact that they lost last week. I had the pleasure of sitting watching the 90 minutes, of course. And I can tell you, in the first 45, Livingston did not look anywhere close to the level they were last season. You would think that they had just, scraped relegation. They were on the brink of it by the way they were playing. But the second half, they did pick it up. Wasn't good enough to get a goal, though. And St Mirren did take the 3 points. So they'll be dying to put some negatives behind them and get some 3 points. So it's going to be a very interesting game. I echo a lot of what you're saying there, David. I hear what you're saying.
Someone's asking there how we're watching the games. Well, I want to talk about this because most of the clubs are on this pay-per-view thing now, which is great, especially with stuff like this. We can sit at home there and cover the games. It's brilliant. So there's that. One thing, Hibs didn't offer a pay-per-view last week, which I thought was just bizarre. I don't really understand why. It just seems like easy income. It's a great chance, as much as it's going to sound a bit soppy, to support every team in Scotland by paying to watch these games. It's like sometimes if your team is not playing, you might go and watch another game. This is the example of that now. So yeah, there's pay-per-views up for Motherwell. Livy have got one this afternoon. Livy's a wee bit expensive though. A wee bit expensive for 20 quid. So
I know.
Guess which one of us is forking out for that one this afternoon.
You're expecting me to fork out for that? 20 quid for 20k? Is that how it works? Aye.
Well, yeah, that sounds good. You've talked about it. You can do that again. I'll miss out on seeing Nisbet for a second week running.
I know. I bet you're dying there. If we're going to put on a quick prediction, people are sitting. We've got we have Glasgow Celtic saying 1-0. And we've already said it twice. It's the same person. What are you thinking? Are you thinking of draw today?
For Livy Hibs?
Yep.
I fancy Hibs. 2-1 at the high bees. I'd go with that.
2-1. I'm going to go for a 2-0 Celtic. Celtic? I just seen someone say seen Celtic in the comments there. I'd also like to say big thank you to Callum Cross and Best Partnership on YouTube.
Oh, thank you very much, mate.
I mean, I'm flattered. I'd rather somebody else. So.
Right. You can be the Lawrence to my True Geordie. Is that what this is?
Oh, no. Can we go
You're not a True Geordie fan, are you?
No, I was back in the day. I feel like he's fell down a very slippery slope nowadays.
Is this after them Instagram DMs? Sure. I feel
like no, not even that. I just feel like him himself has turned into a bit of a. I don't know. I'll be honest. I don't
really watch him anymore. So
I think I would rather go more for a Stephen Tries and Max Smith.
Okay, fair enough.
Or as someone is saying here, as we have DM McDonald saying, Ryan and David are the next Ant and Deck.
What is Ant and Deck, Bobby?
So I'm going to go for my prediction. I'm going to say 2-0 Hibs. I think we're going to see Nisbet do it today, boy. We're going to see him do it.
You're going to see it. You mean?
I'll see it.
I'm going to hear about it.
You're going to hear about it as we comment as we move on. Liam Buckley, before we move on very quickly, 1-0 to Livy. Forrest to score. Last week, he looked quite decent before he got subbed off. He was one of the players.
That system's interesting though, because I don't know how well that system will suit him.
I know. I think they need to. I said that last week. I think they'll have to move back. I said that in my video where I was talking about the best player in the leagues and for each team. They've got to move back to a system where he's playing in the wing, because I don't get why. I know losing Stephen Lawless was massive, right? Lawless was a terrific wee player, team of the season for me last year, and he leaves. They bring in Forrest, who, yes, plays on the other side of the park, but you're getting a similar sort of player, classic winger. and yet they changed the whole system. I don't know. I don't quite get it. But
so yeah, I mean, I saw a lot of Alan Forrest last year. Watched Ayr quite a lot. January, February was at Ayr near enough every week. But yeah, definitely the sort of player who was ready for the step up. And I think he will do well. As he said, Lawless leaving was a surprise, but I think it was kind of. I think he was after a fresh start just as much as anything. So
Premiership move as well. Right, okay. We'll move on to the next game then as we have 15 minutes to kick off. Motherwell, Dundee United. Gogs is covering that, of course, on his channel today. But we are going to be watching as well. That's a game that I believe you're going to be watching. Right?
Yeah, I'm going to watch that one this afternoon. So I saw Dundee United last week against St Johnstone. United first half, outstanding. I was really impressed. They were so good, high intensity with the press. They get the goal, get the penalty. Don't think there was any complaints about the penalty. So that was that. Then obviously Michael Halloran, who seemed to be on a crusade to get himself sent off, eventually did. And you think, right, what a start for Dundee United. First game, looks like it'll be a comfortable win. And then St Johnstone, just out of nowhere, second half, just on top of United, pretty much the whole of the second half. They were more than valued for the point in the end. Really good goal by Liam Craig. So yeah, it'll be interesting. The big story from this one this afternoon is no Shankland, no Clark.
Yep, that was going to bring that up right there. That's going to be massive. It changes the whole kind of perspective for the game for me. Because going into this, I was thinking, you know what, Dundee United, I think I'm going to go here today and give it a jolly good go. And now I think they're going to have to be a lot more defensive. Just very quickly, the teams are now flying across my screen. So if anyone is interested, the Dundee United lineup without Clark and Shankland is going to go as follows, because this is mad. So Dundee United are going to be playing Siegrist in goals, have a back four of Smith, Connolly, Reynolds, and Peter Pawlett. Is he in the back line?
Who?
Peter Pawlett.
No, they'll do that stupid thing where they put them just in like the order.
Pawlett, Chalmers, Robson, Butcher, Bolton, Harkes, and a Perry is what the Dundee United team is today. I'm not even looking at it on like the Twitter. It's just on Sky Sports News just now. Not to plug the opposition. Come to us. Other Sky Sports. Oh no, it's going to be massive. It's changed everything. So something actually happened with Dundee United.
So Shankland's injured in training. I don't know what the script is with Clark and McMullen. I'm guessing the same. But yeah, two massive misses. I talked quite a bit about Nicky Clark last week on Gogs's channel. I think he'll be huge for Dundee United, and I think the best thing for him over the course of the season is everyone's talking about Shankland, and Nicky Clark's a very good striker, and I think most teams, certainly in the bottom six, would take Nicky Clark as one of their starting strikers, because best thing about him is he when he was at Dunfermline and I watched him regularly, he was a goal scorer. He didn't do an awful lot sometimes apart from put the ball in the net, but last year for United his role changed, dropped a bit deeper, links with Shankland really well, so he'll be good. They're both a miss this afternoon. And it'll be interesting to see if they can plug that gap of goals this afternoon and get something in the far park.
Of course, Sean Farren as well. I don't know about you, David. You got any coupons on today, boy?
I don't this afternoon. What was it? Someone like Juventus let me down midweek, I think, for a store of a coupon, but so I've not touched it.
I've only got the one on today, and it's nothing adventurous, just to let you know, Sean, because you have asked, and I feel like to a man who's been a fan of my channel for a very long time, I would be rude not to answer. So for myself today, before we move on to the next game, because there is only 12 minutes to kick off, I have got Ross County to beat Hamilton, I have got Hibernian to beat Livingston, and interestingly, before I knew about Shankland and Clark, I put a draw in it but I never go for a draw, but I just have a funny feeling today, which brings me on to our next point about that before we move on. Your prediction at Fir Park today, David, what are you thinking?
Well, in terms of Motherwell, they were pretty poor up in Dingwall, so I think they'll get a reaction. I'll go for 2-1 at Motherwell this afternoon. 2-1,
I'm going to go still with my draw. I have a feeling it'll be a draw. And I'll tell you what, I have a feeling, sorry David, it's going to be a 0-0. I think it's going to be a 0-0. You're watching. A few of the people saying in the chat, Sir Strafe going for 1-1. That is John Knox says no Shankland is boring. We have Aidan Scott saying 1-0. We have Glasgow Celtic saying 3-1. RL67 saying 3-1. Hibs as well. 2-0 Motherwell. We're looking at the wrong games as well. I'm just kind of throwing up any numbers that I see there, David. I must admit, I'm just seeing numbers and going, right, I'll do. And finally, the last game we've got to talk about for today's matchups, we have got Ross County Hamilton at New Douglas Park, or whatever it's called nowadays. What are you thinking? Oh wait, hold on. Can I just let me address one thing?
You address that really quickly because I need to run and get the wallet to pay for.
Let me address this very quickly. I've watched Ryan since 20. I have never had ginger hair. I'm fed up with this. Getting called ginger. I'm sorry. I'm not being to lash out on you, Callum. I'm not meant to lash out at you. It's only when the sun shines in. This is brown, mate. This is brown. Look, that's ginger. Rang I am. That's ginger. I'm sitting here myself without David now. Hamilton Ross County last week, of course. Ross County picking up a massive win against Motherwell. That is, I didn't expect that at all. I thought Motherwell would come out, win first game of the season fairly easily against the team that I tipped to finish rock bottom of the table. But fair play to them. I watched the game on Monday night, and it wasn't anything special. But Ross County knew what they were doing. Hamilton, on the other hand, of course, I had the pleasure of watching them in far more detail when they took on Celtic last week. And yes, we did. We did beat them 5-1, which would, usually spell out a pumping. But Motherwell came to Celtic Park last week, not too shabby. I don't think they looked that bad. I think Brian Rice was fairly unlucky with the amount of goals that went in, and that's what happens when you're playing against the best team in the country. But Hamilton last week, I think, showed very, very positive signs towards a team that want to play some decent football and tend to stay up this season. And I think today they will give Ross County a bit of a problem, but I'm still sticking my guns and going Ross County. David, what are you thinking?
I'm thinking AirPods are magic. I was around the house there listening to you. Fantastic.
Did you listen to everything I said there?
Everything, the whole way around the house. It was super. I agree. Hamilton showed a little bit of something at Parkhead. Like, first 20 minutes, they're 2 or 3 chances. And, that must be, I can't remember the last time Hamilton would have had that many chances in that game. So, it'll be a tough one. Ross County did really well against Motherwell. And I think Ross County will take the 3 points this afternoon.
Aye, I think Ross County will do it as well. I think it's going to be it's sad to say, but I think there's going to be a very similar story for Hamilton this season in terms of last year. There was so many times we sat down in the podcast ourselves when we had the pleasure of recording in the studio at college. We'd sit down and we'd record it and we'd say, Hamilton played really nice football, they just couldn't get it done. They couldn't get a win. And that was the story of last season. I think now it's going to be a lot of the same because I really don't think they've improved that squad. I think they've lost more than they've gained. And, I mean, the fact that Gogic alone is gone and there's not really a player in there of similar quality, I don't know. I'm going to go for Ross County. I think it'll be slim, but I do think they'll get 3 points today.
It's the same with Hamilton every year, though. You look at the squad at the start of every season and think, right, they've lost a few who were doing well. How can they replace them? They buy in some unknowns and all of a sudden they just do enough. And yeah, someone's just put in the comments there, David Moyo with the goal, 1-0 Hamilton. That's what he's thinking. I think that, Moyo's going to be a big player for Hamilton. The boy Ogcampo as well. And he was on the bench last week, I think, but he's a good player as well. Caused defensive problems. So there's always a threat with Accies. They might upset the odds. But this is probably one of those games, though, at home to a team who a lot of people are tipping to be down the bottom. They're going to need to get 3 points from these games. So it'll be an interesting game. But I do think Ross County showed enough last week to make me think that they're probably... Ross Stewart, he was amazing against Motherwell. And I think someone like him, will really help them win games like this. And that's why I think Ross County will stay up. And I think that will start with a win this afternoon.
Very quickly, I want to address a couple of things before kickoff comes around for everybody who is currently watching the show as we speak. So first of all, me and David are human beings. We are not lucky enough to be advertised by anyone. There will be points where we may have to run off to go to the toilet, maybe get something to drink, something to eat. If so, someone else will try and keep the show going. That's number one. Number two, at half time and at any point in the show, for some reason that we may have to disappear, this is what will happen. This will come up on your screen. You will not be able to hear any of us speak. That is what will happen. At half time, probably this will be up. And also, number three, the thing I want to address. How freaky was that clip of me and you?
Wild, man.
That's crazy. It was. It's not even the fact that we it's the movement and everything. It's the exact same. Madness.
Yeah, it's mental. I never even noticed it at all. And then someone put it in the comments. So, yeah, interesting.
They disconnected again. But
it was freaky that though, wasn't it? I never noticed either.
I just, I went to fix my AirPod as a man normally does, and then bang. I don't know. Fair play to the boy that found it, because I wouldn't have noticed it in a million years.
Yeah, I mean, just because I didn't really watch it the whole way back, but yeah, that is a wild spot. Fair play to the guy.
Come on, Milford Bonnie. Score some
Score
goal
a
for
goal
Swansea. We go wild,
What
wild.
a comment. What a comment.
Yeah, no, I
Right,
didn't
I'm
expect
currently
it to be
looking
that big.
at a groundsman at Motherwell.
A groundsman, have you? So have you bought your way into the stream?
I have.
Yes.
I'm now
Right. Well, that's
sitting in the main
fantastic.
stand at
Live
Motherwell.
coverage will begin in a couple of moments, and then I want to quickly touch on the games that will be happening tomorrow. Of course, we won't go into too much depth because we're focusing on the games that are happening today.
Right now,
but we need to talk about the teams at the top of the table. Well, the teams that we expect to be at the top of the table come the end of the season, just as soon as I get myself into one of the games, because that's what matters first. I'll tell you what, I'm absolutely bloody roasting.
There are 40 people watching just now, which is more than I expected to have.
Fantastic,
first stream. So,
John Knox, what a name, by the way, John Knox. It had to be John Knox, didn't it?
Who's the
Who's
Peter Martin?
Who's a Peter Martin at us too? I would say that
we both got Peter Martin characteristics.
Yeah, we have definitely. If you were to look at it from a perspective of a Peter Martin and a Tam Cowan, you'd certainly be the Tam Cowan, I think.
You're very much the natural host of the two of us. I think you could probably have that role.
Yeah, but I think if we were to line it up more with perhaps Sky Sports News, I'm definitely Charlie Nicholas, and you've got a bit of the
Charlie.
You've got a wee bit of the, I don't know, a wee bit of a.
I don't know who else is even on it. Don't say Martin, Christ.
Who's the one with Merson? I was actually thinking Merson. I was like, that's quite offensive.
We'll see how my pronunciation goes with names this afternoon.
Tomo.
Yeah. My nose is fine, isn't it?
Your nose is fine, but Tomo. Just
fair enough.
Perhaps.
And just on Peter Martin there, I'm glad somebody brought it up in the comments so I can shamelessly plug. I say shamelessly plug. It's our channel. I'll do what I want. So, yeah, the Peter Martin podcast we did, the last video on the channel, an absolute belter. What a guy he was, by the way.
Fantastic guy. Brilliant. I didn't expect it to go as well. No offense to Peter when I say that, but I didn't expect it to go as well as it actually did.
We've talked about this before, about how, like, with certain guests, you don't know what to expect. I think he was an absolute joy to have on, Peter. I mean, it was the same with Derek Ray, where it was like two questions in, you just felt like you were chatting to someone. It was just absolutely brilliant.
They really have a
really good listen.
Comfortable.
Some cracking stories there too. I mean, the story about the commentary behind James McFadden's goal in Paris, and Barry Ferguson having 6 touches of the ball and they were all headers. Just some really good stuff in there. So check that out if you haven't already.
It's always good when you get a story in it. It's always good. That's what
absolutely. That's exactly what you want when you get these guests on. You want something that hasn't been heard before. So, like the story we had about his, it's a great story about after a commentary did of the Liverpool Celtic game on the road to Seville. You got a fantastic letter in about that. So I'm not going to spoil it for you. Go on the podcast and watch it. But these are the sort of stories we do this for. So yeah, it was a really good podcast. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, 902 subs at the moment. We're on the road to 1,000. Actually, it's just jumped up to 905. So yeah.
Oh, fantastic. Hopefully the stream does help out. Of course, share it out. Now, first of all, somebody has to tell me, how the bloody hell do I buy the Livingston game?
Well, you should be prepared like me, but you've got like 2 minutes to do it. Get yourself on the Livingston website. There'll be a link there somewhere. I went on their Twitter. That's how I found the link for it. So
let's see. Today's
also, if you're in the comments and you feel like sharing the stream out, that would be very much appreciated.
Oh goodness, I can't buy the Livingston game.
I think you can. Why can't you?
No, you're only a reminder that you have until 2:30 p.m. to purchase the pay-per-view stream for today.
Oh, that's an absolute nightmare, really.
So am I going to have to go up to Ross County today or Hamilton?
You might have to go to Hamilton, yeah.
I think I'm going to Hamilton. We're going to both miss out on Nisbet's performance today.
Oh, shocking.
That's why would you only give you 2:30? Sometimes people are there at the ground till 15 minutes after the game's kicked off. Well,
you're saving yourself £5 if you're watching Hamilton.
I know, I suppose. So I'm not going to complain about it. Money is tight. What's this saying? Give you a £5 if you phone Super Scoreboard and absolutely slaughter Alex Ray the next time he's on. Well, sadly, David can't. He's not in the range. It would have to be me. But there is that. As tempting as it may be, I do have a dream to sit beside Hugh Keevins in that studio one day, and I don't exactly want to bugger it up. So
yeah,
I don't want to bugger it up. So I don't think I can. I know you've offered a tenner. It's very kind of you, myself. But,
John Knox, Peter Martin is class, especially when he bullies Dan McManus.
I love Peter Martin. I love him. I watched the PLZ show the other day.
Yeah, I was watching it yesterday, actually.
We the one with Tam on it.
Yeah.
It was really
good. Aidan Scott, what's the weather like in Kazakhstan, David? It is glorious today, mate. It is fantastic. The sun is shining. Sadly, I'm working tonight. Otherwise, I think a few Pilsners would have been consumed after this stream. I know Ryan will be out tonight. Ryan's always out, so
I don't know. I think tonight I might just leave it.
Aye. Well, Celtic are playing tomorrow, so.
You shocked to hear? But I'm working tomorrow.
Ah,
that's me. My holiday's over. I've had 10. Right. I've had 10 glorious days off, and it all comes to a crashing halt tomorrow. It's a real shame.
DM McDonald, what do you think of the Griffith story, Ryan? We'll cover that at half time, I think, because the game's
we'll cover it.
That's something I do want to cover.
We'll cover.
So if you're still here at half time, remind us.
At half time, we'll also talk about tomorrow's games. We'll have a wee brief, or we could maybe leave that to the end. We'll see when it comes in. This is the first time we've done one of these streams, and that is me. I've bought a ticket for a Hamilton game, mate.
Fantastic. United are just about to kick us off here at Far Park, so we'll need to get
I'll just be about to kick off here as well at Hamilton and the Ross County. But I mean, do you know what? This will be interesting. Hopefully we see. I know I said I think it's going to be like a very low scoring affair, but let's hope that there's actually some decent football to watch. Now, one thing that I want to bring up about these pay-per-view games, the fact that this is the new normal from now. Last week's stream, St Mirren better get that sorted out for their next one, because it was absolutely abysmal.
The Dundee United was really, really, really good.
Today, Hamilton's looking brilliant. There's David De Gea.
Motherwell looks good at the moment. I think a lot of these teams have like the same software for streaming these games. Motherwell's is the same as Dundee United was.
So Celtic's as well. But it's nice to see the players take a knee before kick-off, but we have officially kicked off here. I'm always going to call it New Douglas Park. I don't care.
I always call Livy. I still call Livy Almondvale as well, even though
Lemmy. You call Lemmy?
Lemmy. She's turned the wings against us.
Does he have some good stories when you call him?
Get him on the podcast. But yeah, looking forward to this one this afternoon. Dundee United in their purple shirt. One thing I saw the launch of this kit midweek. Dundee United's home kit and their away kit. I've got about 6 sponsors on it, and I'm not a fan of that at all. There's like a sponsor on the arm, on the lower back, on the top. I'm
glad that Celtic have refrained from getting a sleeve sponsor this year. I think that's nice. It's classy.
I mean, there's a sleeve sponsor, and then there's a lower back sponsor and an upper back sponsor as well. I mean,
I think Rangers have got one like that, haven't they? I'm sure they've got like utility on the back, something else in the back, Bet32 in the front, and then somebody's tyre company on the sleeve.
Are Motherwell still no sponsor? I can't really see, but they're Paddy Power, aren't they? Have they still?
I think they're still doing for the love of the game thing.
I think that looks brilliant. It's great. It was a great advertising move as well.
I know it's really good at Paddy Power, because of course they're pumping money into the club for that, and yet they're not even displaying their message across the shirt. So it's nice to see that happen, because you don't get that often. I remember back in the day. I don't know if you remember when Barcelona were sponsorless. And and
I've got a sponsorless Barcelona top.
They were sponsorless, and of course on the back they had UNICEF, and
that's right.
They were the only team in world football who never received a shirt sponsor money. Instead, they gave to the shirt sponsor. And UNICEF. That was a real nice touch. Of course, now football being dominated by money, I doubt we'll see much of that anymore in the future. But you do get teams like Hibs making a nice gesture this year with a thank you NHS in their shirt.
Yeah, Motherwell in the attack here actually. It's interesting. David Turnbull, I'm looking forward to seeing him today, because up in Dingwall, he was playing on the wing and it doesn't really suit him. I think if they want to hit the best, it would need to get him back central. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see how he does. Actually, a chance for Motherwell here. Seagrass has got it though.
It's really nice. I don't know what. By the way, I just want to add in. I hope people that are watching the stream appreciate me doing this, because right now, the weather down here is beautiful. I don't know, it's like up north, but
it's lovely up here as well, mate.
Lovely. Great weather down here, and it's echoed in the Hamilton game. The Hamilton and Ross County players playing in nothing but beautiful sunlight. I could be out in a beer garden right now.
It does look absolutely lovely at Far Park as well.
It'd be a great
Motherwell done a decent job of decorating the stadium. It looks pretty good. It's a real effort going in there. Loads of
the silhouettes
and stuff.
They've been doing the silhouettes.
John Knox, why did you choose the Hamilton stream? Because we were too late to get the Livingston stream.
I know. It turns out Livingston have got a 2:30. That's the latest you can buy a ticket, which is absolutely nonsense.
Strange.
I think it's very strange. It's once again like, why limit any? I know a lot of people I doubt are going to be rushing to watch Livingston Hibs at the last minute if you're not a Livy fan with it already bought. But like, why sacrifice a chance of last minute sales and people actually putting money into the club?
Yeah, I know. There was a whole carry on with this when we found out we're going to be behind closed doors for a wee while. I still think there should have been some sort of blanket SPFL thing, that coverage for each team, so it was like done as the league did it, and then it fed down to the clubs. The one system. So you've got situations like You can't watch the Hibs game at Easter Road last week. I mean,
No.
that's just rubbish. You can watch everything else but that. Dundee United with a penalty shout actually at Fir Park, nothing given. Though. I don't know who the referee is.
It's got to be hard to keep up with. I'm going to actually, because I've got a coupon on, what I'm going to do is I'm going to open, you know how your wee thing that gives you, dangerous attack, blah, blah, blah. It's
you know when to look at the screen.
Can we touch on one of the big stories of last week very quickly as well? David De Gea.
Yeah. So was that, I saw it actually on Gogsy's Twitter first, and then all of a sudden I went back on Twitter and David De Gea was tweeting it. I was like, oh, Christ. But yeah, definitely I like this there.
As there is. I'm just, they gave us a close-up of my moment. It's Kettleworth, isn't it?
Kettlewell.
Kettlewell.
Yeah.
Look at me, Tim Potter. Kettlewell. This is it.
This is a brief flash of the scoreline at Fir Park. They've got no scoreline on the screen, but it's just flashed up there for 2 seconds and then it's gone away again. So that's quite annoying.
No, it's gone really smoothly here.
Just for time purposes.
Honestly, apart from maybe Celtic, no bias. I'm telling you, Hamilton have got a very impressive stream going on here.
Well, Celtic took them pre-season to get it right because it was a bit of a disaster in pre-season, wasn't it?
That's right. Yeah, I was. We can't help it that there's 60,000 people trying to flood into a stream, David. You know.
Well, it's not like they didn't know that was coming, though. That was the sort of thing, wasn't it? It's not like it was a shock about how many people.
Sometimes the internet takes over. 26 degrees in East Kilbride today. I wonder what it is outside. Where is it in Easterhouse? Let's find out. 21. We've got 21 over here just now. How's it warm on East Kilbride? It's only down the road. That's not fair. I tell you what,
Ryan's commentating on the Hamilton stream. He's just not done anything about it yet.
There's nothing that's happened so far. That's why I've not said anything. It's just really been a matter of ball lost, ball won, ball lost, ball won. Hamilton have the ball, Ross County have the ball. Here, by the way, now what a run for wee Lewis Smith here. Lewis Smith is running the whole park. Nice pass. It's opened up and Hamilton have a chance just while sitting talking. Lewis Smith, absolutely superb from him. He's go back to his feet. That's a poor touch from him though. That was really nice. Lewis Smith, the player to look out this season at Hamilton. I think he's a terrific player. I don't know about yourself.
Yeah, he flashes last season. Him, young talent, really good. So I think it'll be a real big season for him. They've obviously still got David Templeton in the books, but
big chance here. First chance nearly coming there. First goal nearly coming there. Sorry.
John Knox means who's commentating on Hamilton TV. Who the commentators for Hamilton?
I don't even. It popped up their names a moment ago, but I think
it's a couple of young guys.
Oh, is it young guys?
Yeah, I think I know who's the guy Marcus Nash, who's the director of communications at Hamilton. He's presenting it. But I think the commentary team, I think they were like Hamilton fans or something. So, but most of these clubs have got like commentary teams for overseas streams anyway, normally. So I'd imagine a lot of them have just used them. They're not all going out and making big signings in the commentary market. There's a chance for Motherwell here, but Seagrass gathers it from a long throw.
Keep up with the Celtic.
So a quiet start.
I don't know if... here we go. Oh, big save. Ross County should really be up 1-0, by the way. Oh, he'll regret that. Who was it missed a chance? Erwin missing it. Oh, my goodness. Ball played across the goal. Comes right to his feet. No man on him. And he shoots low for some reason. The goalkeeper gets to it very easily. Good save. But, I mean, if it hits that higher, that's 1-0 Ross County.
Ross County are an interesting one because they've been playing with 3 strikers. Stewart, Irwin and Mackay. So they're going to be a difficult proposition for teams. There's definitely goals in there. That's why I think they'll do quite well.
I'm just showing it back again here. It was Payton who played it over, and I don't know how he's missed it. I really don't. It's a fantastic save for the boy in goals for Hamilton, but that's a howler. That goes down as one of the chances they'll rue perhaps for the rest of the game. But Ross County definitely looking like the more lively side in the opening 7 minutes or so here.
Yeah. At the moment it's pretty end to end here at Fir Park just now. There was that one penalty shout for Dundee United, looked soft, wasn't given. Apart from that, a couple of long throws and free kicks in the box, but nothing.
What are you thinking, John Knox saying Rangers won the TV team? That's for sure.
Well, I think they've both done very, very well. I think. So remind me, Celtic have got Darryl Curry, haven't they?
Celtic have Rory Hamilton, Darryl Curry. They have Chris Sutton, Michael Stewart,
and Craig in there as well.
Craig and I think John Hartson's appearing from time to time. I don't think we've got Craig.
Right. Well, I think they've both done very well. I mean, they've both got...
Look, at the end of the day, I think it was ridiculous that people were trying to argue over Twitter about who had the better team. It's a football that matters, for God's sake. It's embarrassing. Some people were getting proper, heated on it, making it out as if it was a game.
I think a lot of Celtic fans were delighted that it's in the back of the net guy isn't commentating.
That's what I was saying. I think we disconnected at the time when I was saying it. But I'm just incredibly happy that we have shifted. Look, I don't want to see anybody done out a job, and I'm sure he'll be gutted he's not getting the chance. But I think I'd do a better job at commentating, to be quite honest.
If anyone at Celtic's listening, corner for Motherwell here. It's Turnbull swing it in from the right hand side, right footed. Comes into the box. There's a lofted ball.
I mean, when Rory Hamilton's gone next season, I'll happily go and do it.
Yeah, I mean, would you be able to contain yourself in that commentary box? Oh, it's one thing we talked to Peter Martin about. I
suppose the thing is with Celtic TV, you don't have to worry about being biased, do you?
Yeah, I mean, I suppose so. I think there's a fine line. I always think so. Like a lot of the criticism about that Rangers commentator is that it's just far too. Yeah, it's just far too biased.
He's a Ranger. He's like it's. I know I would control myself. I know. Trust me.
So that's why I think the best thing about having like Mikey Stewart and that on Celtic TV is it's not going to be a total Celtic love-in. There'll be because I don't think anyone really wants to watch that. Even Celtic fans, it just gets a bit cringy when you're just. The thing is, even with people like Sutton, Sutton tells it how it is. He's not scared to. He's not going to just say anything to keep Celtic fans happy. We've seen in the past. He speaks hard. He speaks harsh. And I'm sure he'll keep it like that on Celtic TV. Like last week, I was really. Amigo wants a five-a-side to decide between the commentary teams. That'd be an interesting matchup. That'd be a cracking game. That actually,
I'd fancy Chris Sutton to take him right.
So Rangers got Neil McCann, Alex Ray. Who else is there?
Walter Smith.
I think Big Walter might be past the party.
Walter Smith. Who else they got? They've got Alec Ray.
Neil McCann's there. I don't know who else though.
Clive Tilsley. I mean, I'm sure he's not going to be doing too much.
Justice for the Rangers 11. I can't wait for him to say that.
Oh, Jesus.
But yeah, so
we'll see come the end of the
season. No updates from Livy yet. I'm really annoyed at Livingston for this.
Yeah, it's really annoying. I was looking forward to it, but I'll tell you what, this has been a very entertaining start to this game. Ross County moving forward again. That's a lovely pass, by the way. Ross County through and go. Oh, he's held it up too long. Pass through. It's cleared by Hamilton. This has been a really fast-paced game, though. Both teams got what to go for it.
It's not like that just now at Fir Park, I must be honest.
Is it not? No.
Pretty stagey. Yeah.
No,
but as you said, you predicted the 0-0, so
I predicted 0-0 at Fir Park, indeed.
I think Mickey Miller will take that.
Are Dundee United looking slightly more defensive than usual?
It's not really. At the moment, Motherwell have had probably the most of the ball, but there's been no chances. High balls into the box, both cleared comfortably at both ends, but there's not been a shot yet, so
fair play. Fair play.
Maybe a chance for Grimshaw to strike it from range. Oh, it was a cracker of an effort. But 30 yards out, he smashed it, hit Reynolds and out for the throw. But if that went past Reynolds, that could have been a really interesting one for Seagrass to have to deal with.
I'm trying my best to keep an eye on the chat and watch the game at the same time.
I think it's just you that can highlight the comments, isn't it? I don't think I can do
it's only me. I thought there was a way to let me.
That's another thing with us today. I mean, this is the first time we've done a stream at all, so there will be sort of teething problems in terms.
Yes, of course. Look, we're not all technical wizards. In an ideal world, we'd be sitting here with a team controlling everything for us, and we'd be sitting in a big studio with a suit, and we'd have adverts.
Wouldn't be wearing a suit in this heat, like, dearie me.
Oh no, well, I mean, an open button shirt. What about that?
Oh, well, very nice, very nice.
A Hawaiian shirt.
That's plenty. Right, so yeah, nothing. I'm really annoyed. It's the second week in a row I've not been able to watch Kevin Nisbet. I'm getting really upset about this.
He'll get to watch him eventually.
The have to thing. I need to find out the reason behind that because it's a bit bizarre.
No, it's a crime that Livy are charging £20.
Yeah, and as we said at the start of the stream, for anyone who was here, it's not just going to be me and Ryan when we do these streams. We are going to look to get people on, and not just in the streams, in the channel in general. We're looking to kind of get people on. We've had Div on a lot.
I still want to do it. This is going to be very. People expect a lot of the kind of Ryan 118 stuff in the channel. It's going to be very different. Very different.
And the thing is, this what we've done in the past 5 months has been, being like me living up the road miles away. It's all been on Zoom and stuff. So considering that, I think we've done okay. But I'm hopefully going to be back in Glasgow. I'll be back in Glasgow in a month, so then hopefully the content will improve as a result. United coming forward here with Apare on the right hand side.
In fact,
a shot, and it's just wide of the far post. First real chance of the game, and it wasn't Apare, it was Harks actually. So yeah, a chance for United, and I think it's a corner kick actually. But it was on the break as well, so that kind of is going to have to be how United set up, I think, today. Without Clark, without Shankland, they'll be looking to counter attack.
Nice big advertisement for your CBD oils here at New Douglas. Natural cannabis supplement, if you would like some.
You still get it in that like red box thing on Sauchiehall Street. They sell that still.
Aye, that's still there. That's not disappeared.
There's a corner for United. Actually, Paul, it's
Still
taken
going
it
strong.
again.
Hamilton looking like they've done a good job at filling the stadium with as much as they can as well. Some wee cardboard cutouts, some banners. It's for being the worst stadium in the league. It's looking pretty nice.
Yeah.
I always feel like I get Hamilton stinking.
You do give Hamilton a lot of stick. I'm starting to warm to Hamilton. Actually, the older I get, I don't know why. Corner in and it's headed down, but it'll go for a goal.
The older you get, you start to want them. Oh God! In 5 years' time, you're going to want Sam Allardyce's Dunfermline boss.
Oh no, it's like the people who want. My dad's like this all the time. See, whenever a job comes up in Scotland, he's like, "Get Yogi Hughes in for that one. Get Big Yogi in." He's one of them. And John Hughes is like the Neil Warnock of Scottish football, isn't he? So
my dad is a big fan for some reason, and I'll never understand it. My dad loves Owen Coyle.
See, that's probably another one my dad would like. Chance for Motherwell here, header just wide. I don't know who it was. Cracking ball in, I think from Turnbull. I'm not sure who's had the header, but it's just wide. Big chance for Motherwell. It's a cracking ball in. I'm not sure who it was actually.
Some very creative.
The header's just wide.
Some very creative, advertisement for Hamilton. I don't know if you've seen it. The cardboard cutouts munching a doner kebab.
That is very creative. I'm just seeing a bit of footage of the Dundee United bench, and Nicky Clark is sitting on it, but I didn't see him listed, did I? Maybe have I dismissed that?
Maybe you have.
Maybe you've missed there. But if Clark, he's definitely sitting amongst the subs. Maybe it was a fitness test. I don't know. But yeah, he's definitely there. I didn't see him listed though. You read out the team news on stream and you can't even remember.
I know. I did read it out, but it's long gone now.
He is on the bench. He is on the bench.
He is on the bench. There you go. I read it out from Sky Sports. They only give you the starting 11. They don't give you
the bench. That is a strange one. Cammy Smith there as well. Declan Glass. So there are options on the bench for Dundee United this afternoon.
Lewis Smith's looking really hungry here.
Yeah, I mean, as I said earlier on, I was really impressed with him a couple of times. I saw him last year. I was at New Douglas for the cup game against Rangers, and for about an hour, he was very lively. Hamilton were lively, just fell away, but definitely a talented kid.
Is that the game that they actually took it quite close?
I think he actually scored that day, if I remember. No, I think it ended up being like 4-1, but it was like 2-1 until like the 75th minute.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Scored a rocket, but I'm sure Lewis Smith actually scored that day. I think of it.
Here's a conversation, right? Do you know what really gets on my nerves up here in Scottish football? And I know a lot of teams just can't afford to do it, and it's not plausible for them to do it because they don't have enough fans either. Why do so many teams not have a fourth stand?
I mean, yeah, you've kind of summed it up, haven't you? There's just no need in some stages.
Just for aesthetic purposes.
I love it. It's great because it's a great wind up with Falkirk fans. No big clubs.
The fact theirs is the stand in need as well. Like I can understand.
The most annoying thing is you get all the wind that flies in from that end, and also their main stand is huge. So why not make that a bit smaller? And then I know. But I mean, the Falkirk Stadium isn't even in Falkirk; it's in Grangemouth. But the moment.
I've played there.
So you have, yeah.
Right. I've had a fantastic.
Is the Scottish YouTube team still going? Is that still a thing?
I don't think
Are you outgrown it now? You're a broadcaster now.
Look, I don't want to break any exclusives on air, but it's all went quiet in the Western Front, David Boy.
Well, you're not breaking any exclusives if it's all gone quiet, are you? Don't you worry.
Yeah, it's all gone quiet in the Western Front. I don't know. I feel like, first of all, I must address my fitness. My lungs look like 2 well-done steaks. I don't believe that I'll be playing football anytime soon.
Oh, here come United, actually. It's Harks again, driving from midfield. He was good last week, and he was really good every time I saw him in the Championship last year. United are definitely on the counter, but they're looking menacing on it. It's going to be another corner, I think, here for United. So that's their third corner of the game, so it should be...
Louise Hughes said in the chat, did I know that Johnny Hayes was one of the Aberdeen players in the pub? Was he one of the players in the pub?
I'm not sure he was,
I don't think he was. I don't think he was part of the 8. I saw a list and Johnny wasn't a part. Johnny knows. Johnny's smart.
There was a list and there was a photo going around. But Sam Cosgrove was also out with him.
I seen Cosgrove. Seen him. He wasn't hard to miss.
Cosgrove, McKenna, Bryson were the ones that were in the photo, I think.
Would make the league more appealing if we had complete stadiums. St Mirren and Livy have nice stadiums. I wouldn't say Livy's is nice, but it's certainly better. I
disagree with that. I quite like Livy.
Do you like Livy? Do you like it? I'm not a big fan. I went, obviously, I've been about 4 times over the past 2 years.
It would be. I mean, if it was full, it would be good, I think. Which it never is when I go, but
Oh, we've got Roy watching.
Why?
Big boys
I
watching.
think you're taking the piss, aren't you?
He's saying, how's Nizzy playing? None of us know.
We don't know.
We really don't
It's
know.
a touchy subject in here.
It
Livingston
is.
have absolutely shafted us.
I think, yeah, I like St Mirren Stadium. I've never been to a new one. I've only been to Love Street.
I've been to the new one. I've been to the new one twice, I think. I tell you what's really weird about it: the concourse and the away end behind the goal. It's so like it's so short. Like if you're like 7 foot plus, you're touching the roof in the concourse and stand. Like it's strange.
Luckily, there's not a lot of 7 foot people in Scotland.
And I was actually there last year. Actually, I've been there. I was there in a press game last year, and it was against St Johnstone. And literally, the only entertainment was Tommy Wright and Jim Goodwin shouting at each other. It was just super.
Maybe tell me that actually. Do you know what I like rating away stadiums on? Or stadiums that aren't, Celtic Park. I like
pies.
Pies is a big part, yes, but there's smoking areas.
I wouldn't know, mate.
I love rating them on their smoking areas. So
most stadiums even have a smoking area. Or is it just
a lot of stadiums do. So my favourite, personally, I think, has
St Johnstone. You like St Johnstone, don't you?
St Johnstone's, yep. St Johnstone or Clyde, because I'll tell you for why. St Johnstone or Clyde have very nice stewards who decide to open the doors and let you outside. Mm-hmm. And, you go out to the outside of the stadium, you mingle with the fans, you enjoy your Kensington's Club, your Mayfair, your Marlborough Gold, whatever you like to smoke. And, it goes well. No, your Benson Hedges, no. But, the worst one absolutely has got to be... Oh, who's the worst one? Who's the worst one I've had? No, it's no St Johnston's the worst. It's no St Johnston. It's Livy and Clyde that I like. St Johnston just won't.
We're Glasgow Celtic. Ryan, we get it, you smoke.
St Johnstone just don't let you do it at all. You need to go to the toilet.
Aidan Scott, Ryan, what do we need to do to get you off the fags? I know, honestly, it's a struggle. This poor lad, young lad, he's got his whole life ahead of him. He's smoking it away.
When I settle down and I find somebody that, makes me, then we'll see.
After Johnny Hayes has left, it's driving you at the fags even more.
Exactly, mate. That's what made it worse. I was only on 4 a day, and then he left, and I'm on 6. Madness.
Fantastic. I'm having some technical difficulties here. I think another one.
Injury here at Hamilton, by the way. Erwin's went down. I think he's back up now, but he was down for quite a bit. I think he's went off to the side of the park. But he will come back on and continue the game. It seems the game has fallen a little bit flatter now. You can see, I think a lot of players burned up a lot of energy here in the first 10 minutes or so.
I'm just going to stop my camera for 2 seconds, but I'm still here, don't worry.
Oh, don't you worry.
A big chance for, sorry, I have to tell you, a big chance at Motherwell here. Came into the box, I think it was, I don't know who it was down the left, might have been, I can't tell, it's miles away. But
because we're talking
crossed into the box, and it was Chris Long who had the shot. It was about 6 yards out, but it hit Reynolds' leg. If that didn't hit that could have been in the back of the net. Motherwell starting to create some chances. Where do I think the Pirates will finish?
Just very quickly touch on it, you may as well.
I mean, if I've had a few babies, then they're going up. But I don't know. I've got a really good feeling about this season, and I would say it's a quiet confidence, but it's not because I'm talking about it a lot. But I've just got a feeling the squad we've assembled already. We're maybe 2 or 3 short, and there's still months to go. So I'm really, really excited about the season. I'm looking forward to getting to Tynecastle for an away day, hopefully with fans back in the ground. But yeah, I think Dunfermline will finish in the playoffs, whether that's 2nd to 4th. I'm not really fussed, as long as we definitely finish there. But yeah,
you've done some really good business this transfer window.
Yeah, it's been great. The likes it started off with Stephen Whittaker, and that was a really smart signing. But also, McManus, O'Hara will score goals. We're hopefully replacing Izzy's goals, and the fact that we've lost our best player, and I'm still feeling this good about it, is just testament to how good a business we've done. Have you fixed the Dembele top?
Look, I'm going to be brutally honest about this. Yes, I did, and it fell again. It's squint again. So I need to take it off and put new tape on it because the tape's just not holding the shut in the right place. Really pissing me off because I got it fixed perfectly, really nice, and it's just went slipped back down to where it was before. So quite annoying because it was fixed in one of the videos and people were complimenting me for it. But as I was going to say, Ayr United, they made a couple of good signings as well. Yeah,
I was amazed with that yesterday. So Tom Walsh signed for Ayr United. Yep. I would have absolutely loved it if he signed for Dunfermline. The weird thing about this deal is it's a 1-year deal, so it strikes to me because I think a lot of people thought he was going to go to the Premiership, but he didn't. So I think it almost seems like he signed a 1-year deal because he doesn't want to be tied down after this season. He wants to move to the Premiership, I think.
Premiership.
But to leave Inverness for Ayr is an interesting move. But with them losing Forest, he'll get plenty of game time, I'm sure.
Oh, definitely. I think it's a really good signing, really smart signing.
Anything
But
else happening at Hamilton, though?
I was just about to say, nothing much happening here. The ball, as I say, I feel like everybody's kind of burnt out for the ultimate 10 minutes. Of course, the conditions making it hard. You can see the sweat pissing off everybody. It's
a ball, not a bomb.
Sorry, what?
It's a ball, not a bomb. You might as well use it. Do you know what I mean? You've never heard that before?
No.
When teams are playing, long ball football, I think we might have a goal at Easter Road, you know? We
do
have a goal at Easter Road and Hibernian at Easter Road at the Tony Macaroni.
Tony Macaroni is at 1-0.
Ahead. It is 1-0 Hibs. I'm waiting on goal scorer.
Hibs take the lead. I'm going on to, as we speak, Hibs 1-0. Goal has flown in. Who is it for? Chris Kamara.
Well, it is for the High Bees, but I don't know who has scored it as of yet.
I mean, what player? Right, we'll see.
I don't know, but I don't know yet.
I've got it up my phone. I'm waiting for my sources to come back to me. I have got someone at Easter Road.
Have you? Oh, that's good.
No, I haven't actually. I'm just saying that.
We're round the grounds. Superb.
I wish we did. I wish we really did. Still waiting for it to come through. I've got the betting app up. Usually the betting app would come and tell you. Although London Dyke's apparently on a dangerous attack, by the way. So it's not all done. Slide down for goal scorers.
Flash scores are very, very
I'm not sliding down, but you're not giving me the fucking goal scorers. What's my language like? Where is it? Slide down. I can't. It's saying slide down. Kevin Nisbet gets the goal for Hibs at the Tony Macaroni. David, how are you feeling?
You know, I'm proud, strangely proud. No, I'm delighted. I'm really delighted because I've been bigging him up so much. I really want him to do well. So I'm delighted for him. Knew it wouldn't take him long to get off the mark. And the boy is going to go far. I said it last week, and I'm going to keep reiterating this prediction. I'm going to keep reiterating this prediction. By the end of 2021, he will be capped by Scotland. That's my prediction.
Look at your face.
In terms of a striker, he's exactly what we need for the national team, and he will be the man. I'm telling you, what a player. I'm honestly delighted for him. I'm delighted.
I feel like you're going to start greening in a minute.
And it's mad because he was only at Dunfermline for not even a full season because we got the league cut off. But you know, what a player! He was just so good. If we'd have kept him this season, I would have tipped us for promotion straight away, no doubts, because he's just that good. Delighted for him to get a goal, and I think, you know, the absolute bargain that Hibs got in terms of the money for him that they spent, you know, he will repay them that in no time. I think with Doidge and Nisbet, they are going to score goals all season long, and that's why I think they'll finish third. But yeah, obviously a big start for Hibs at the Tony Macaroni. He is in my fantasy team. Is he in yours?
He's in mine. As I was literally about to say, good news for the fantasy football. They've picked him. Oh, Hamilton coming close there, by the way. Big chance. I believe it was. It wasn't Lewis Smith. It was Callum Smith coming quite close there.
Is Callum Smith playing? He's also playing on Fairman, young lad.
Yeah, he's playing the now. He came close. Good footwork. Goes in, takes it around a hard angle. Has a shot. It's going in near post, but the keeper does get down, make the save for Ross County. It's still 0-0 over here at Hamilton. I know it's going to happen again.
Motherwell have just tweeted that there's issues with the sound on their stream. I haven't noticed these yet.
Are you listening to the sound playing? Neither do I. I'm listening to the commentators now. Oh, jeez, they need the crowd noise. I'll tell you that, because it's grim here when you've got the sound on. It's grim here. I'm telling you, we must be more entertaining the commentators at Hamilton today. I'm just making that clear.
There's only one goal in the whole country just now, and it is Kevin Nisbet's.
Shot. But it's just been
this game's starting to get a bit lively though at Fairfax. So
it's a couple of good chances in the last couple of minutes here as well. Billy Mackay taking a shot from outside the area there, but not enough power behind it. It's an easy save for the keeper. Just gets down on his knee, takes it in to his chest. He hit it right at him. He didn't pick a corner or nothing, but it's a good sign. That's two chances in the last minute or so.
It's Liam Buckley's comment. Get that highlighted, please.
Let me highlight. Liam.
Is Scott Brown still your player of the season tip?
Telling you. Gone for it. I'm telling you. Don't you laugh at me.
How did he do last weekend? What I saw of him was a few slack passes in there. I'll tell you that for free.
Aye, it was, but at the same time, I thought there was some good aggression in the game.
This is something I actually want to bring up because I've got, I have a pretty strong view on this. When Celtic are playing the likes of Hamilton at home, are you better off in the midfield three of Brown, McGregor and Christie, or in Cham, McGregor and Christie?
I think the team. Look,
chance for Dundee United. Actually, big chance for United. Will it be a goal? Oh, side netting. Big chance for Dundee United. It was Parks driving forward again. Played it into Apere, who slotted it into the right hand side to Bolton. It was sort of a tight angle. He was right hand side of the box. He should hit the target though. He's hit the side netting. Yeah, massive chance for Dundee United. They've had the two biggest chances. The one from Hearts earlier on, and now that one from Luke Bolton. But yeah, United, a good start. Mickey Mellon will be very happy. I can't say his name without like feeling silly. Do you know what I mean? Mickey Mellon.
Mickey Mellon. You're a Mellon. Anyway, Brown. Do you remember that brief period of time in the 2017-18 season where Brown was injured and we had like the likes of, it was when Christie really emerged. We had Christie, McGregor and Champlain. And people were like, oh my God, look how good we look without Brown.
Yeah.
Look how good we are. Wow. Yes, we were good for a couple of weeks without Brown. Honestly, any other time that Brown is out the team, you notice the difference straight away. I think Brown has to play every single week. That's my opinion.
But then, just as a wee counter to that, if he plays every single week, how much of a shock to the system is it going to be when he does go? Surely you want to slowly adapt.
I think it's going to be a.
So games like Hamilton at home are the perfect time to do that, no?
I think it's going to be a shock to the system anyway. And I don't think just because that we are going to lose a player, like, didn't happen with Henrik Larsson, did it? We didn't drop him. We didn't.
But I suppose the biggest shock to the system of Brown will be not what he does on the pitch, because I think that is replaceable. It's more his personality, his mentality, and his leadership. Exactly. That's going to be a tough thing to replace.
Like, I don't think there's any reason why we should start easing him out the team unless he feels like it is for his own fitness issues or his age or whatever. Right now, he's fit enough to play week in, week out. That's what matters the most, and that's what I want to see. On that note, I'm going to have to turn off my camera for a slight second. I'm going to boil through. I'm going to become a roast chicken if I don't take this zipper off. So if you entertain the crowd for a few moments till I go and striptease, eh?
Oh, dearie me, better turn the camera off for that. We'll be losing viewers in their droves. So, yeah, Motherwell, Dundee United, still 0-0 here. Half an hour gone in both the games. Only one goal in the country. Kevin Nisbet, of course, the man with that goal. Just looking at the comments, Aidan Dren and Calmat could easily step in. Yeah, I think that as well. I think in terms of the deeper line role for Celtic, you get McGregor in that 6, especially in games where you're going to have all the ball completely and you're just wanting to create. You get someone who's that bit more creative, a bit deeper. Then you can also get, I think, someone like Encham. There was rumours he was going to leave in January and again in the summer. I think he should play every week for Celtic because I think he's that good. But it's so difficult when you've got Encham, Christie, McGregor and Brown, and you're only going to play 3.
What, they stuck to me?
And
I can't get it off, man. It's stuck to me, honestly. I'm sitting here struggling.
Don't know how to mute the mic, clearly. Christ. But yeah, Sean Farron's just put the list of Aberdeen players in the chat there. Cosgrove, McKenna, Bryson, Hayes. Johnny, he says Hayes was Hayes might be one of the positives, but that doesn't necessarily mean he's one of the ones in the pub. That doesn't. The two are.
No,
maybe.
Is Johnny really tested positive?
I didn't think he had, but apparently so.
That's my rosary beans.
Who's the best Pars player right now? Well, it's so tough because I haven't seen most of them. In terms of the ones that were there from last season, I like Aaron Comrie at right back. He's really solid. Who else is?
Do you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to make it all technical and fancy. Wait, that's not the right thing. Wait, you ready? Are you ready for this?
I'm ready, mate.
Are you ready? Give me a moment. I forgot to do this. Scroll across bottom. Save. Wait, is it gone yet? Look at that, mate.
Oh, there we are. Superb.
The score's in, mate.
Outstanding.
I need to actually go and put in 0-0 for the rest of the games. But thank you. There was 60 people in the stream a minute ago. So thank you everybody who has turned up so far for the very first edition.
Delighted. And if you're here, make sure and subscribe. We are on that road to 1,000 subs. We want it as soon as. I've not asked Ryan about this yet, but I'm gonna do it on stream in the hope that we'll probably just have to do it now that I've done it live. Are we going to do a wee giveaway at 1,000? I think we should, just to get us up there. I think we should do a wee giveaway.
A wee giveaway? You've taken the Ryan 118 tag?
Something. Yeah, we should. And plus, if there's 2 of us, we can split the cost, so it's cheaper.
What we giving away?
I don't know. I haven't thought of that far yet, but I think to get us up to 1,000, maybe just,
I'm still waiting on the winner of the Celtic top to get back to me. I'm hoping they just never answers.
Have you just never messaged them in the hope that you don't have to buy one?
I've emailed them. Because what the plan is.
When I saw you were doing the Celtic top, I noticed that JD had just restocked or just got the Scotland away top back in. You know that white with the blue?
Oh, yeah.
Beauty of a
top. Really nice. Seen it the other day.
So maybe that could be an option. But actually, that's something we want in the comments, right? David just wants to do it because Ryan rigged his own competition. Yeah, absolutely. In terms of 1K giveaway, right? The comments can help us. What do we want? Bear in mind that I'm skint as, and so Ryan's money is spent on Lambert and Butler, so there's nothing left.
Please don't make it out that I smoke Lambert and Butler. I'm a classy man, David. I've been through this. I've just realised I haven't even got the bloody stream up there now. I'm sitting watching us two. It's been quiet here at Hamilton Ross County.
Oh, chance for Motherwell down the right hand side. He's made a bit of a pig's ear of that. It's really annoying here because it's on this stream. It's so difficult to make out numbers and stuff when you're actually in a press box in a stadium. You can actually see it clearly. And the numbers on the back of the Motherwell top are obviously they've got like the what are the colours? Is it claret and amber? Is that
claret and amber? Yep, that's
so
it.
The claret is on the back of the top, and it's not that clear to make out. That's another thing. I was going to say this to you. Winner gets your OnlyFans link, Ryan.
Winner gets my OnlyFans link.
Yeah, that's a mate of mine, Ryan, in the comments.
Well, my Matthew's going to struggle with that. He's going to struggle big time with that, because we need one first.
Maybe the giveaway should be the 1,000 subs should get to become your bird. Maybe that should be the giveaway.
Oh, jeez, oh.
We'd lose subs rapidly.
I just need that. The applications are open. If you know anybody in the age range of 19 to 22 years old who would like to go out on a date and become Mrs. Ryan 118, then let them know applications are open.
Mrs. Ryan 118.
Look at David. I just need a Mrs. Ryan. This has turned into a stream to remember that.
It won't be that when like that happens and I'm like trying to get a podcast and I go and you take the bird out for lunch. That's just things landing.
Oh, don't worry, David. You'll always be number one. I can't betray the YouTube partnership, can I? You've seen what people have said in the comments. You've seen the talk about being the flatmates. I couldn't do that.
I know. That's a hashtag now.
I know exactly.
I tell you what, Dundee United playing a bit risky at the back, playing out at the back, and Motherwell pressing high. A lot of the game is in Dundee United's third of the pitch, but United are more dangerous when they go forward because they're very much camped in behind the ball, and then their breaking were really intent. But
this game's
a bit slippery, that surface.
This game's worked in portions, to be quite honest. I feel like the first 10 minutes was a real burst of energy. Then between kind of 10 and 20th minute, it was really slow, sluggish. And now from the 20th minute on, 25th minute onwards, maybe, we have others David Templeton sitting on the bench. But between then and now, it's been really fast-paced again. Teams fly it apart. But if I was to say any team's looking better than the other, I would have to go with Ross County. I think their chances have been a little bit more vindictive, a little more,
vindictive chances. That's a very interesting
menace behind
menacing.
Menacing, it's just a almost, I've got that kind of.
There's a free kick from Motherwell here.
What's your favourite spice?
25 yards out, left hand side. I don't know. That's a strange question. Anyway, back to the football. Free kick from Motherwell, left hand side. Good chance for Turnbull to whip this in. Cracking angle for a right footer. One of those which should be in swinging. Be a nightmare if we can get it between that defensive line and the goalie. Turnbull whipping it in. So. He actually has a shot, and it's well saved by Siegrist. But yeah, Turnbull looking a bit more sharp today.
I like Siegrist. I think he'll do well. Last season he kept the most clean sheets. Am I correct?
Quite possibly.
I think he did. I'm sure he did. He was in the team of the season anyway, and surely the keeper with the most clean sheets gets in the team of the season. I think he'll be doing well in this league. I think Dundee United that's the thing. Dundee United haven't exactly went out and changed a lot of their squad. But still, I think they'll do well. I just, I don't know what they're like today, but
there's so much. Oh, that's a risky. Why Dundee United are playing so risky at the back there with the passes towards the goalie and stuff. There was an off the ball incident there. Seedorf's down holding his neck. That doesn't look too good. Seedorf's been very bright in this game so far, actually on the left hand side. But yeah, Dundee United very risky with the ball at the back.
Do you know what I would love? When this channel inevitably gets to 1 million subscribers one day, I want somebody to be keeping track of all the best moments of Talk Scottish Football Live. I want a compilation of everything.
I don't think I do.
You don't?
No, but you always see this with YouTubers. At least we've got the good thing of not starting this when we were like 14. But when you get like YouTubers who like started out when they were like really young, and then you have to look back when you're
like Ryan 118.
Yeah, what have you got any real embarrassing videos on that channel of yours?
They're all on private, mate. They're all on private.
Oh, dearie me. Well, maybe that you're not. You always said you're not great at. I've just got a great idea for you. You know that. You said you're not great at subscriber specials. 20k sub special. Ryan 118 reacts to old videos. There you are. Get it done. There's content for you.
The voice, mate, you should.
Would you like everyone in the comments? You'd want to see that. Get that in the comments.
I brought this up the other day.
Goal at the Tony Macaroni. It is 2-0 to Hibernian.
2-0. We have another goal. There it is. The flash through my phone as well. Fantastic stuff. I'm going to go on and try and get the scorer from Bet365. They usually get it done. There is no affiliation.
Daryl Horgan assisted Nisbet's goal.
So the second goal of the game. We're waiting to find out now. I'm hoping that it pops up. It just says like swipe down and you'll get it.
So why is there goal scorers at the one fucking game we're not watching? Typical.
Well, Nisbet scores again. It's his second.
No way.
For Kevin Nisbet, the fantasy
dearie me. How am I not watching this? Oh my God.
You must be absolutely kicking yourself now, son.
What a boy. What a player. Yeah, I'm absolutely delighted for him. And it's weird. I knew I'd be wanting to do well, but I'm actually delighted for him.
That smile, I just want somebody to get it framed. I'll put that in the background.
Just send it to Nizzy. Send it to his cousin. We'll pass it on.
Oh, mate, honestly, you look absolutely delighted. And you know, it's good to see somebody come up from that league and do well.
Especially when I've been so blasé about him, even last season, like when we first started this, about how he would do it in the Premiership.
I know, because it's one of those things, and I understand for you, it's happened for me. I've watched players move from Celtic, go to the Premier League, and sat down and says, "Watch them tear it up." I've done it. You know, when Armstrong left, I was like, "Watch him go to Southampton and be absolutely incredible," and he was. It was a very good player from last season. But it must feel great for you to be able to sit and go, "I was right. I told you so."
Yeah, well, it's only one game, but you know the signs are there that the signs are there that he'll be brilliant for Hibs.
Big chance there, big chance for Hamilton. Very good save from the county keeper.
But yeah, delighted for him. Aidan Scott just said, when he's going to Scotland away game and blogging it. Well, we were going to go to actually, I've still got the tickets in the house for the Israel game that they got cancelled by Corona. We were going to go and do some content at that because we were both going to that. So I think I don't know what the date is for that, but there's no chance that we'll be back in stadiums for that, or certainly enough people that we'd probably be allowed to go. But that could be a shout. Imagine that, a wee Scotland away trip. You fancy that?
Oh, I would fancy a wee Scotland away trip. I might be going to the Celtic away trip soon, but Scotland.
I always think that the Scotland away trips to like Gibraltar and that always look class because you know they're going to win and the sun's shining and it would just be magic.
There's always a good amount of fans that go as well.
Update the scoreboard. Dearie me. Look at you on your phone there. Sir Strayed says he wouldn't have this issue on Sky Sports.
What's happening?
Chance for Dundee United.
Chance here.
Thanks to that. You need to make it 2-0 to Hibs on the scoreboard. Chance
right,
again for.
It's hard to, you know, it's easier.
Jamie Robson with a shot.
It's easier. Sorry, David. Sorry, on you go. I'm
just trying to give updates about the game, and you're talking about graphics. It was Jamie Robson with a shot for United, right-footed, left-hand side. Harks had the ball again. Harks has been so lively. He just needed to slide it to Appere, and he couldn't quite manage it. But it came to Robson, whose shot was well saved. But Dundee United starting to look more dangerous in terms of the attacks. But
it's very hard to most of the ball. Very hard to watch a game and update the graphics at the same time. Of course, I'm trying to report on Hamilton Ross County here, and you know I keep forgetting there's actually graphics rolling across the screen. This is why we need a production team behind the speech. Yeah. Oh, Moyle, stick your foot on the end of that, man. That's easy. Give him the thumbs up. I think it's went for another quarter. It went for a goal kick. Unsure. It seems a bit. I know it's going for a corner. Ball crossed in though. Very good delivery. Delicious. And Moy, all he has to do is stick his foot out. And that's the back of the net. And he just lets it go past him.
It was Horgan for the
assist.
It's 3-0 to Hibernian.
Goal 3-0.
Oh, please be big, Kev.
Is it going to be a Kevin Nisbet hat trick? I'll update the scoreboard in a moment. I'm going to try and get B365 up and running to see who has scored this third goal. This could be massive. Could it be a Kevin?
Game over. It's game over at the tournament after running regardless.
It is game over. Who's scored the goal? Let us know. It's still not showing me. It's only showing me Kevin Nisbet for the second. I'm wanting to know who has scored that third goal there for Hibs. Is the comment section telling us anything yet as to who's scored? Is it a Nisbet hat-trick? It's still only telling me about Nisbet's second goal. It's Kevin Nisbet. It's a hat-trick on his face.
What?
Kevin Nisbet
chance for Motherwell, Oh, dude, Kevin Nisbet, dearie me, what a boy.
Go to update the chat on this. Because,
my
goodness. That is, oh my goodness. Oh, a hat-trick. Unbelievable.
What a player.
Tell me in, David, what are you thinking as we speak?
I'm just, what a boy, what a player. I'm so happy because I've been telling everyone and a dog who'd listen that he is outstanding and he's proven it. What a player.
I wonder how many points he's currently sitting on for Fantasy Football Scotland.
Oh, mate, I wish I'd captained him, you know that?
Oh, mate, I've got McGregor as captain for me. Points, has it been updated? Currently, it is Nisbet 12 points, but I don't know if it will be updated to give him more after today.
I mean...
you couldn't write that.
I don't think it is Nisbet. It's not. It's Deutsch.
Came up.
Ryan, why are you telling me it's Nisbet, you liar?
It came up Nisbet.
It's fucking Deutsch.
It came up Nisbet and Bet365. Has it been corrected?
Well,
It still says Kevin Nisbet on
it's not. It's
Bet365.
definitely Christian Deutsch. I'll tell you that for free.
Well, why
I know that
is
because
Bet365?
Hibs have just tagged the Welsh FA on Twitter. So
Oh,
I
look there! Look at that.
But read what it says. That's just got the first 2 goals. It's not got the third one.
No, that 41st minute was their third goal.
Oh well, you've got my hopes up, and it was that Deutsch guy. Well, that's a bit deflating.
Oh.
Get him off. He's pissed, right? Christian Deutsch, though. I mean, we did say at the start of the show, if you've got strikers like that, both of them, you're going to score goals. So they are definitely proving it. Yeah, I love the way Hibs have announced that goal on Twitter. So someone had tweeted Hibs and said, if Hibernian are tagging the Welsh FA by 4:45 p.m. today, it's been a good day. And Hibs, instead of even just saying goal, have just said duly tagged and tagged the Welsh FA. So
guy down with an injury here at New Douglas Park.
Correct the scoreboard, Ryan. One job, mate. Correct the scoreboard.
Mate, I'm trying to watch a game as well here.
The comments are after the scoreboard being corrected. You've got to keep the people happy.
It's going to be corrected as we speak. Here we go. It is Livingston here. What is happening? So, a complete capitulation from Livingston. Do you worry for them going into this season?
No, I don't. There's far too much.
No,
there's far too much quality and strength in that team.
Is there though?
Could be signs that a game and a half in. I mean, I wouldn't say that there's
We'll not look into it too much as we're approaching half time. The scores that are going across the screen. We've had 3 goals in the opening 45 across the 3 grounds, all coming from the Tony
Nisbet got the assist though, apparently.
Nisbet getting the assist.
There's some cracking comments coming in here, but some that we're not going to read out on air because we want this to be a family show, don't we, Ryan?
Yes, and do. Yes, and do.
But I'd like you to read that comment anyway because it's an absolute beauty.
I have to read the comment. What one are we looking on?
Ryan McDonald, good mate of mine.
Ryan McDonald.
He's only watching this stream because I'm not playing Warzone with him, to be honest.
Ryan Aldernuggers in that group chat with all the YouTube monies. Well, you know what? It's getting to the point. It's getting to the point. Might have to happen.
For a Mrs. Ryan 118 is going strong.
It's not going strong. It's going the opposite of strong, mate. It's going disastrously, to be quite honest. But anyway, enough of that.
RL67, everyone here that didn't play Nisbet is seething. I'm guessing that's about the fantasy football. Yeah, you would be, wouldn't you? 2 goals and an assist for Big Kev. What a player.
Fantastic day. Do you think he'll get his hat trick in the second half, David?
Well, he's got all the time in the world, doesn't he? I mean, but then if it goes, they might take him off because there's a midweek card coming up, isn't there? So
is Scott Allen playing today? He's got no points in fantasy football yet. Not even 1.
So do the points in fantasy football update as the games are going? Does that?
Yep.
Oh, Nisbet's on 12 already. Nice.
No, so it's gone well.
I haven't got any for Scott Allen or Lewis Stevenson, so I don't know.
I've got one for Gogic. Ball in. Oh, that was decent, man. That was a decent cross.
But I'm also struggling because I've got McCrory, Devlin, and Guthrie from Livy, so I didn't really change it.
My bench.
It is half time. It is half time at Fir Park.
Half time at Fir Park. 0-0 over there. We're waiting for the half time whistle to be blown here at Hamilton. We're 46 minutes, and I believe there was 2 minutes added on to stoppage time. So still a wee bit to play. Bobby Madden not blowing his whistle quite yet. Maybe the flute though. But we'll wait and see.
Oh, dearie me.
It's a joke, isn't it?
I love Bobby Madden now. We tried to. We've got a wee story about Bobby Madden because we tried to get him on the. Actually, I'm going to have a go at Bobby Madden, bugger it. We tried to get him on the podcast. I messaged him. He seemed like a nice guy, messaged back, all the rest of it. But he said to us that the one show he did an open goal last year was that the SFA don't really allow it. And then literally a day later, Willie Collum was on a podcast, and then 2 days later, Bobby Madden was back on open goal, and then he all of a sudden was a regular guest. So, Bobby, you were talking shite, mate. Please don't do that again.
Seems like a nice enough guy, though. I've only heard good things about Bobby Madden, to be honest.
Yes, for a referee, seems like a good crack, to be fair.
Aye. I mean, you'd expect him to be like strict teacher. I mean, Willie Collum was head of RE in a school here.
Willie Collum, yeah. I mean, we could get wee Willie on the show, see what he has to say. I'd love to see the day that Willie Collum got the open goal. I don't think it'll ever happen.
As half time.
Hold on, I want to ask you this. Cracking comment. Ryan, do you ever get people asking for photos in Tesco?
I've had a couple, yes.
Really?
Oh, hello. There we go. I've had a couple. Aye. The one that always stands out to me. So I was in Juice. I'll tell this story before we go. I go and get something for the halftime break, and then we'll come back to talk about the games. But anyway, I was in Juice, so I'm sweating because it's.
I'm gonna take a half-time break just now while you tell this story. 2-litre
bottles of juice, and anyway, I'm stocking them on the shelf, and this wee old woman comes up to me. I know old, that's offensive. Sorry. She comes up to me. She goes, "Is it all right if you are you Ryan 118 for YouTube? And I'm like, yeah, it's me. Yeah, thanks very much. Blah blah blah. Talking about it. Like, sorry if you get a picture of my boy. I was like, that's cool. And because the boy was in the next aisle hiding away from nervousness, so I expected it to be about 2-year-old or something. Not 2, that's probably a bit young, like 6, 7-year-old, something like that. I go in, boy, he looks a bit older than me, but he was a lovely guy. I got a photo with him in my uniform. And I've also had a photo with Patrick Kamala as well, and Daniel Arzani. And one day Christopher Julian was on my break. But half time, and I will see you all in about 5 minutes' time. Please don't go away. If anybody joins the stream, let them know we'll be back in 5 minutes so we get some crisp above.
Sorry, I'm not going. You better be quick in 5 minutes.
I'm not going. Right, okay, right. I thought I was just going to take a break. Right, David, entertain them, and I'll be back very shortly.
Just quickly before you go. Did Patrick Kamala ask for the photo with you? Or did you ask?
Of course. Aye. I speak fluent Pole.
So yeah, halftime in the games. The story of the stream so far has been Kevin Nisbet, even though we are not watching him, which is a bit bizarre.
I don't work in Tesco and Easterhouse. I work in Tesco Parkhead.
Yeah. If you want to go and visit Ryan in Tesco, please do, but obeyed by social distancing rules, of course. So, the comments, what we say in the comments, apart from Ryan and his Tesco questions, what else is happening? Kevin Nisbet, what a player. I'm really annoyed that we got so excited about him scoring a hat-trick and he didn't even score a hat-trick at Dodge, so blame Ryan for getting me too excited about that. Motherwell, Dundee United, been a bit boring though, to be fair. Dundee United last week, lively in the counter, but, Motherwell all the ball, but no goals yet. Typical of the 2 games we were watching don't have any goals. Robbie B, do you think Dunfermline will sign Alston? I would absolutely love it if we signed Blair Alston. I don't know why I said Alston and Alston. But yeah, he would be a cracking signing. As a former Falkirk man, it doesn't really seem to make a difference. We sign loads of former Falkirk players. So yeah, maybe. I think I'd be surprised if there wasn't some Premiership clubs after him, to be honest, but he would definitely boost our squad. He was one of the ones that I was kind of wanting. Obviously, Tom Walsh went to Ayr. We talked about that earlier. I would have taken him as well. But yeah, he would definitely be a good sign. Plenty of depth as well with him. He can play a number of positions. But yeah, I'm looking forward to the Championship. Obviously, having the Premiership back is great, but the Championship back in October is going to be class. I really cannot wait to get back. Having Scottish football back and not being able to watch Dunfermline's a bit weird because, it's just strange. It's never happened before to have leagues back at different times. Celtic, please find Shved, says David. When you're studying in Glasgow, do you stay in? Yeah, I stay in Glasgow normally, so I'm moving back down in a month, hopefully. So hopefully that'll mean more regular content, and we won't be doing. I'm so fed up with Zoom calls. We've done so many. I'm sure everyone else is the same. Whether it be lockdown quizzes or just getting on it with your mates. Zoom quizzes and stuff. The novelty wore off very quickly. So yeah, looking forward to getting back down the road. Hopefully before we go into another lockdown. With the way things are going in Aberdeen, hopefully, Glasgow isn't next. Robbie B's a Queen's fan. I would take any signing. Robbie, I'll be honest with you, I feel really sorry for you because you've got Alan Johnson as your manager. I had to deal with that for a few years. So yeah, unlucky, mate. Aidan Scott, where are you normally, David? Well, if you ask Ryan's got this running joke that I live in Kazakhstan because I don't live in a city. Apparently, if you don't live in a city, you're like in the arse end of nowhere the whole time. So I'm not telling you where I am for security purposes, obviously. But yeah, I don't know how many people have got in here just now. I'm trying to see
favourite packet of crisp.
The viewers. Oh, you're back, are you?
What's your favourite packet of crisp?
I don't know. It's a tough one. I quite like what I'm partial to. I quite like a wee sweet chili sensations.
Oh, class.
They're nice,
class.
Upmarket crisps, them like.
The 2 best for me is salt and vinegar squares, classics, and the second close runners up. Have you tried the new Walker's Max flavour crisps?
No, I've seen them about though.
There's
enough, I'm not that massive on different flavours.
There's jalapeno ones. The jalapeno ones are filthy, unbelievable, David. Anyway. On the football half time, what we thinking, 2-0.
Well, we've been having great chats in here without you telling it's class. Sensations are honestly disgusting. Aid in a way and take yourself away for a look in the mirror, mate. I mean that's rubbish.
Away for a look in the mirror. What were you talking about when I was gone?
I don't know, but Stevie Boy 1988's comments are beauty. Is that your old man?
No, it is not. I don't mind.
He's downstairs, got the stream up.
David, you're like a young Peter Martin, some wee chubby cheeks. He's a good journalist, to be fair. He's done well interviewing. Nah, that's not my dad. If it was my dad, his year would have been 1988. It'd be 1842. If it was my dad, don't worry about that. It seems like I did miss a laugh. I'll have to go back and watch it.
Robbie B would take Athol Abbey on loan at Queen's. Yeah, Athol Abbey would be a good signing for Queen of the South. There's still rumours they might come back to Dunfermline. I wouldn't be opposed to that, but yeah, I'm just saying, Ryan, about how weird it is not like having Scottish football on, but not being able to watch Dunfermline is so weird. It's just never happened before. Like,
I know.
Have it in phases is such a weird thing. Callum Croxton, he's going to spam this like till we answer it. Do this for Celtic tomorrow? No is the answer, but not indefinitely. So I think the plan is that this is going to be our slot. So instead of like doing loads of different streams at different times, we want to get one a week that can be as good as we can possibly make it. So I think the same slot every week will do us just now, 2:30 till about 5ish, covering the 3 o'clocks. It also gives us plenty of time to talk about if there is an early kick-off, if there's an evening kick-off. So at the moment, we're going to keep it like this just now, and we've got some guests lined up to come on as well. But who knows in the future we might branch out a bit.
The thing I really like about these streams is the fact of the matter is, we're not just here to talk about football. What we're doing just now, interacting with you, having a laugh, is we're trying to keep that podcast feel to the things while also talking about the games. This is basically a live version of what we do. We're sitting in the studio at college, which I'm really looking forward to getting back to. We've not really touched on this, but
we were saying that when you were away about the Zoom and stuff. Just so fed up of it now.
Aye, but when we get back, the good thing is I've got my tripod, I've got my camera, you've got your camera. We'll be able to film them now. They'll look a lot better. They'll be a lot more enjoyable. And blah 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 blah.
Yeah, absolutely. That's about as coherent as your conversation normally is, fair play. Right, so where are we? Stevie Boy says he is your dad. Yeah, don't know how to respond to that allegation.
Well, allegation is the word.
I'm going to leave you for a minute or two to interact with the comments while I go and get a half-time refreshment.
That's good. I have had my half-time refreshment, but it's nice to be here. It's nice of you to join us on this fine Saturday afternoon. Of course, it is a beautiful outside. So for the people who have sacrificed this gorgeous weather to come and listen to us talk, thank you very much. It's nice to see you here. And we've still got another half of football to go, so don't go anywhere. We're going to be here, and we're going to be talking about as much as possible. RL67, Sven Ulreich to Celtic. Do you like my pronunciation there? Beautiful, and it's Sven Ulreich. Very good keeper, I think. I think he's made a couple of howlers about me, but I'll say Liam Buckley. Do we need a Mrs. David Buick or nah? We'll let him decide in his own time. But Ulreich to Celtic, I'd be very happy with. I've always kind of liked Ulreich. He had a big part on the Bayern Munich side a year or two ago when Manuel Neuer was out injured. And he can make a terrific save. And look, if he's not going to be number one at Celtic. Barkas is our number one. He's going to be starting. He'd be a fantastic backup. So I would take it. Stevie Boy says SPFL returning. I don't know if he means SPFL show. If he means SPFL show, no, it's not returning. This is a good comment actually, because you're talking obviously
just this comment. I saw that comment. I wanted to talk about. Great comment.
I'm 14 and want to be a sports journalist when I'm older. What advice would you give?
Right, well, really quickly, I didn't want to be a sports journalist until I was 18, so, don't worry about that for a start. You've got a head start on me. I don't know about you, Ryan, but, well, you've got a unique sort of thing with the YouTube that, like, most people don't have, which is great, but that's not, like, it's not the be-all and end-all. You can go in with, like, nothing at all. So what I would say, though, is do as much as you can. So, like, write as much as you can.
Improve constantly,
and always listen out to people who are doing it. I think it's
one thing I always done in school is I would never jump at opportunities. Didn't like doing it. I like sticking to mine wee bubble. I done my YouTube stuff, but if things were ever offered to me, I was far too anxious to say aye. Now that I've went to college, I'm taking every single opportunity that I get thrown at me because it's worth it. But as David was saying, yes, it's unique for me because I went into college being the person that had a YouTube channel. Everybody had something. We had yourself, David, you had your own blog. We have other friends who have tried YouTube and done blogs and blah, blah, blah. So for me, it was a bit different. I done YouTube, they all done kind of writing. I wouldn't be on like radio and stuff, television anyway. I wasn't so much want to be a writer. But for example, take David here. David probably on paper didn't think that he had as much as me. He done his own blog,
Yeah.
But David's the one who over the past year has been at umpteen games. David has done some great journalistic stuff, and fair play to him. But look, listen, if you want to be a journalist, don't worry about where you're going to do it. I went to university. I hated it. I dropped out. I went to college. I've met some of the, including David here, met some of the best people I know. Maybe not so much David, but I met some great people and got offered some great opportunities. And I would honestly recommend go to college over university because it's far more. You get far more chances. You get a lot more to do.
Yeah, absolutely. And one of the other things I'll say is, certainly when I was I think Guy said he was 14. When I was that age, if someone said to me journalist, I would have thought, oh God, I'm gonna have to write all the time. Most of the stuff that we've done, in college, you don't. It's not like you're constantly writing, and journalism, especially now, is such a broad spectrum of stuff. So, Ryan said it as well. A perfect point earlier about not jumping for opportunities. I was exactly the same, and I've surprised myself in the past year how much I've just gone to do things. But the harsh reality of it is it's such a cutthroat industry, and there's so many people want to do this. So many people want to be on TV talking about football, and the vast majority don't make it, but if you want to be the one that does make it. And I'm saying that like we totally haven't. We're right at the start of this journey. But in terms of like what we can see from, just starting off on people who are successful and have told us is just you got to be persistent. And if that means like, one of my big things is like, if we're asking to get a guest on the podcast, I don't want to annoy them. I don't want to ask them so many times. But see, in this industry, you've got to be persistent. You've got to keep putting your work out there and stuff like that. So yeah, go for it. And
be persistent, and also this is something I've said. Obviously, this completely different for you because you've not done YouTube as long as me. We've just done this last few 6 months. People have always asked me, "How do you get big in YouTube? How do you get subs?" Be patient. Even if you start writing, if you want to be a journalist, if you start a blog, if you start writing, and only 2 people are reading it, keep going. Be patient. Don't focus on the numbers. It's experience. You learn from your mistakes. You get better. It's practice. And I know it's such a cliche thing to hear. It sounds like your teacher's telling you, your teacher's like, oh, just be patient. Your driving instructor, be patient, it'll all come. It sounds so cliche, but it is the truth because you could go from having 2 readers, but if you work and you build a portfolio, and if you have something to show that you are learning and you're good, it doesn't matter how many people are reading it. If you go,
that's the thing. The content is ultimately king. If your content's good enough, no matter you'll get through eventually. But and just take as many chances as you can. But it's absolutely. I mean, the first year we've had in college, I couldn't recommend it to people anymore. Even if you've got a slight interest, because journalism is such a broad thing. It doesn't have to just be sport. Like our course isn't sport based, but we've still had all the opportunities to go to football and stuff like that. But yeah.
I think that's right, isn't it? I'd be good enough.
You'd be good enough the ball. I'm not so sure about that. Like,
we should start on radio.
You don't get the West Coast biased on off the ball.
I'd be better. Look, he said I'd be good on off the ball, but where's the comment? I was like, that's what I'm really looking for there. Fight for the Super Scoreboard. Take Gordon's job.
Are the teams back out at New Douglas? Because they're just back out at Motherwell, and there is a substitution for Motherwell at half time.
They're not quite out here yet. They are
there's a substitution for Motherwell. There's Tony Watt's come on. I don't know. Did he score a goal? Did he score a goal once? I don't know. Have you ever done anything?
I don't think so.
No, I don't think so either. So he is on at half time for Motherwell. I'm surprised that I thought he might have got a start today. I think he did well in his short spell last season. Seems to certainly have. I've always felt a bit sorry for Tony Watt because he gets this reputation, like for being some sort of like. I'm not even answering that comment because they can't spell Nisbet properly.
Nesbet. Aiden Nesbet. There's an interesting comment. Stevie Boy left an interesting comment just before that. Very touching.
We're not addressing that.
But what is your least favourite and favourite before the football games? We'll take one last half-time question before we move on to second half conversation. Yeah. Back to the football. Each of us, who's our least favourite and favourite pundit? Kick us off.
My favourite pundit, Scottish football. That's a really tough one. Least favourite is probably. Is this just Scottish football? I think.
Scottish football.
I don't know then, least favourite. I don't think there's any real dreadful ones.
I know mine.
You're going to say Alex Ray. My worst one is Chris Commons. I think he's dreadful.
Commons is up there as well, actually. There's a shout.
Commons is dreadful. Best, I would say, is... I really like Stephen Craigan and I like Ali McCoist. Sutton's good as well. But, yeah, we've got some good ones.
Least favourite for me has always been and always will be Neil McCann. Can't go McCann. And my favourite, people would expect me to probably turn around and say Sutton. My favourite is probably either McCoist or Michael Stewart.
No, Michael
Stewart. Fair enough. I like them. I like them. I do love Sutton. Of course, I love Sutton. Second half is kicked off.
Yeah. Motherwell have got a long throw already. They're loving these long throws. That was very close actually. Gallagher with a long throw, flicked out the front post. Seegers gathered it at the front post though. But I think the second half will have a similar theme to the first. You know, United playing on the counter, looking dangerous, but Motherwell.
Oh, don't tell me. Don't tell me. Oh, David, are you gone there, pal? David's gone. Ladies and gentlemen, can you hear me? Can you still hear me? I'll go into this now and I'll take away. Ladies and gents, please say you've got me here. You've got Ryan 118. Can you hear me? Can I have a confirmation in the chat that I am here while I try and retrieve David? I'm not sure if you can hear me or no. Rest in peace, David, is the cry. Yes, indeed. It is. He's back, I think. That's him here. He's here.
Don't worry,
we have you. But what happened there?
Not a clue, mate. I think I might have accidentally closed the tab, but we'll leave it there.
We will leave it there. Of course, we need you back. We need you here. We need you in stream as the second half does kick off. Ryan 118 takeover. I wish. Trust me, David wouldn't let me take this channel that quickly. Let me tell you that.
Rest in peace, David. Oh God, dearie me. I'm all right, boys. Playing with my heartstrings.
While you were away, someone was asking, do we need a Mrs. David Buick?
Listen, you know, it's the applications are open. As are my DMs on Twitter, but we'll leave it there.
I know.
Actually, just as I was away there, big chance for Dundee United. Callum Butcher, corner in by Pollock. Butcher flicked it on at the near post, and it was just wide of the far post. Chances start to come.
Ross County showing a little bit of promise there to start off the half, but well, of course we're only 2 minutes in here. A little bit of a tussle for the ball, but Ross County had a good ball swung in there, was cleared as I look to the cricket on Sky Sports. I hate cricket.
What was happening in the comments here? Ryan McDonald, I've got United and County on to bite the finger out. United are looking promising. County, you've been a bit quiet in your game, hasn't happened so far?
It's been it's 2 weeks in a row. I've had the absolute stinker, I'd say. Yeah. There has been moments of promise. There has been chances. Brian Rice is looking frustrated. I think he's wanting a lot more at his Hamilton side by the looks of things.
Liam Buckley, Ryan equals Chris Collins.
Away. I actually, do you know what? Yesterday, I'll tell you a story. Yesterday, I went down to see my good friend. People remember from my channel the Kido compilations. People want it back. It probably won't come back.
So I've seen comments about that, and I don't get the reference. So
you should go and watch them. There's about 7 episodes of them on my channel. Probably the best. What?
What was it? Like what?
So basically, back in the day when we all used to play Xbox 24/7 because we were fat and didn't go outside.
24/7.
I used to.
Ryan McDonald in the comments will tell you because me and him are going to play Warzone once this is finished.
Right. Well, anyway, I used to film his rage and make compilations of them. They were hilarious. But anyway, went down to see him yesterday. I had the new Celtic, or 2 days ago, I had the new Celtic top on, long sleeves. Went down to have a wee
long sleeves, not football shirt.
Went down for a weekend to sat down. First thing he says is, "You're looking like Chris Commons." I was like, "Cheers." The first thing he said. So let's run the long sleeve and a football top.
I'm not a big fan. Like it's just a bit.
I'm a long sleever.
Should you not just be like short sleeves and it's like, do you wear gloves when you're playing football? You one of them? Oh, big chance for a Motherwell ball into the box by. It was towards Tony Watt actually. He was just stretching to try and keep the ball in, diverted it back goalwards, but easily held by Seegers. But yeah, some chances in this game now. Thankfully, hopefully we'll get a goal soon. I
certainly don't wear gloves, but I like a long sleeve as long as it suits the kit. Like I didn't get long sleeve in any of the Celtic kits last season, but this season the home kit looks lovely and long. So I
not see something about the away kit not having long sleeve?
Yep, short sleeve only. But
so
I would have got that.
Human.
I would have got that in short sleeve anyway because that is a short sleeve only kit.
Aidan Drennan wants me to play Warzone with him. Listen, mate.
If
you're playing Warzone with me, you've got to be up to the task. I'm not carrying nobody.
I don't play it myself.
No. I take my Warzone very seriously.
Do you?
Oh, mate, I can't wait till we start off the TSF gaming channel.
Oh, Jesus.
Streaming Warzone.
I'll be absolutely useless. I'm useless.
Cross into the box for Dundee United. Cleared again for another corner. Harks has been brilliant this afternoon. Really, really, really good. Cleared away though. Ryan McDonald saying 1-0 United. So maybe my stream is behind. We're about to find out.
I've not had any notifications through yet. I hope you're not.
We're
behind.
Up to 912 subscribers.
912,
so anyone's in here who hasn't subbed already, please do. Because
as we continue to watch the football.
We're on the road to 1,000, and as we said earlier, we might have a giveaway at 1,000. So put any suggestions in the comments. Corner in, cleared away for another corner. Pollock's taken off United, and the cameraman just kicked the ball out, and Pollock went to pick it up. Yeah. Ryan McDonald says long sleeves make you soft. Couldn't agree more, mate. Get it up, you Ryan. Celtic linked again with Lyle Taylor.
Some of the
corner.
Some of the greatest players of all time are fond of long sleeves. Cristiano Ronaldo, Georges Samaras.
Soft. Chance. Goal at
Goal
and Dundee United have scored. It's Mark Reynolds. Is it Dundee United? At his former club. Mark Reynolds, lovely ball into the box. I'm not quite sure. It might have been Liam Smith. Great ball in low. They were still up from the corners that were cleared. Reynolds in at the back post, smashes it home. Big goal for Dundee United, taking the lead again.
That's no good for the Cooten because I had a
just
draw.
Watching this again. It's I think it's Luke Bolton actually puts the ball in towards Harks at the front post. He misses it. Comes through to Reynolds, who's still up from that corner. Smashes it into the roof of the net with the left peg. And it is 1-0 to the Terrors here at Fir Park.
Oh, the Terrors.
Yes. Well, I always forget that they're called that. Because they've got
the Arabs.
They're called the Terror as well, with 2 nicknames.
Ah, right.
Education, mate.
Well, I always went on them as the Arabs.
Yeah, well. In the PC culture, I'm not sure if that's acceptable.
There was that joke flying around about Malky Mackay becoming their manager. Big chance there.
Oh, I was just asking you to update us about things at the New Douglas Park. What is
chance
happening
there for Moyo, who the ball came flying in from a really good free kick. Moyo gets up to it along with one of the county defenders. Can't quite make out what defender it is because it's flying by, but it does go wide and over. But it's still 0-0. Still waiting for something to happen. Second half, no one's really in the first opening 6 or so minutes been on top. Ball's kind of been bouncing between both ends. It's went through though. Big chance for Hamilton. He's onside. He's moving through. Oh, he's been called offside finally. Later he gets called offside. Lewis Smith it was running through on goal, but they took their time to call it.
Lots of Smiths in the Premiership this season.
It's a very, very common name, I think.
There's two in this game I'm watching, 2 in yours. I've got Liam Smith and Cammy Smith here.
Is he giving a free kick?
You've got Callum and Lewis.
He's given a free kick. Wasn't it offside? He's given a free kick to Hamilton.
Who were on the attack anyway. That's a strange one.
That's weird. So he makes a tackle on Moyle here, right? And Hamilton, what's Bobby Madden doing? Why has he done that? That's a honker of a decision. So Moyle has the ball, right? And then somebody comes in and tackles him. But the ball breaks loose to Lewis Smith, who starts a run. Moyle doesn't hit the ground. And Lewis Smith's running through on goal. One defender with him. And Mommy Baden calls it back to a free kick.
What did you just call him there?
Mobby Baden.
Mobby Baden, very good.
Very good.
Who's it? Stevie Boy 1988 was asking us how are we watching the streams pay-per-view in the clubs. So we paid Hamilton and Motherwell respectively to watch the games today. We tried. One of us were going to watch. Ryan was going to watch Livingston, but they had a 2:30 cut off to buy the stream, and we didn't know this. So we ended up watching Hamilton and Ross County instead. And which is why none of us are watching a Kevin Nisbet masterclass in Livingston, which is really upsetting.
That's horrible, isn't it? We miss it.
Someone's asking you, Celtic, please find Shred. Get that comment up. I don't really see what he's saying.
Well done.
A rumour about Edward leaving if they don't get Champions League football.
What comment was to bring up? Celtic, please find Shred. Yeah. Ryan, have you heard the rumour that Harry Brady, Celtic Underground podcaster, that if we don't get Champions League football this season, Eddie apparently wants to leave, which is why he's not signed an extension. Well, it does make sense. I mean,
hold on. A wee flare up here. Mark Reynolds and Chris Long having a wee come together there. I thought there was an elbow there by Mark Reynolds, but apparently not. It seems to have calmed down there. But Motherwell starting to come forward now. This goal has really opened up this game. I think we're going to have a cracking end to this half. United, who look really dangerous in the counter-attack as it is, now going to be able to do that even more. But yeah, back to scoring.
Oh, bad challenge there. It makes sense. That could be the case why there hasn't been.
But I don't know about you, but Edward's 100% leaving next season anyway, regardless. He's not going to be here after next summer. He's not going to be here after next summer, but we should still, we need to make him sign a contract because. And this is something I want to put to the comments quickly because it's something that I think would make a good video actually. I think Celtic are screwed next summer. It's going to be such a difficult summer for them because I can't see Callum McGregor staying. I can't see Edward staying. I can't see Christie staying. I mean, what is there to achieve if they do 10 in a row? Look, but I think I'm speaking about myself. Does it worry you though? Does it worry you what would happen next season? If we win 10 in a row, not as much. Of course, if Rangers stop 10 in a row, then yes, I would be absolutely
running that off my nut, I'd be losing it. But look, if we win 10 in a row and those players do leave, maybe it is time for a new chapter to start at the club. Maybe it's time for a change. Maybe we look elsewhere. There's the phone gone. Oh, can they go a whole stream without the phone gone? Could I?
You just mute yourself and I'll keep talking, don't you worry. So, whilst Ryan's getting phone calls, probably from Celtic, because they're after a new commentator and he's been plugging his name for that job. What the comments saying now. Aidan Drennan saying he met French Eddie last year. Did he? Oh, very good. Get him on the podcast, mate. Asked him to stay and he said, we see. That's it, definitely. There's an exclusive there then. McGregor already turned down Leicester, didn't he? So I believe. Well, my thought process on that is like, if you're telling McGregor next season, you've done, what was that?
I've got source in the blower says Slaney's gone back to Celtic.
Ah, apparently so.
Back up Celtic.
Chance here for Dundee United actually here at Fir Park. They're into the box, right hand side. It's pushed out, but
it's a sin.
Looking very dangerous still.
It's a sin Slaney never made it Celtic. I pulled a sin.
I can't believe you're plugging another podcaster.
Oh, it's a good guy.
It's a national treasure, though, famously.
It's a national treasure, of course.
Stevie boy, Ryan, please read this in capital letters. I think he wants you to
please read this. Did you know Celtic are only 4 trophies over overtaking Rangers? You know they sing most successful. Are they? About to be overtaken. I know. Aye, true. We're going to overtake them. So we're going to win the treble this year, aren't we, David?
We got to win the treble last year first.
Well, we're going to win the treble 2 years. We're going to win the quintuple treble.
Oh, dearie me, what a carry on that'll be. The Scottish Cup's going to be an interesting one because
you know
is it not like
look, we'll win the quintuple treble and you'll be doing Malone's. I mean, Jake. Is it not
not happening? Is it not the case the Scottish Cup is getting done just before Christmas, like finishing off last year's one? Isn't it like the Cup a week before Christmas? That'll be amazing, especially if we can have some sort of fans back at Hampden for that. That'd be amazing. So yeah, that'll be good.
It'll be amazing. You know that closet screen in white, David.
Don't be so silly. Well, the comment section normally don't seem to think so. So if you think I'm a Celtic man in the comments, think I'm a Rangers man, I'm doing something right, I think. Where are we in the comments? Monastaggies get Hamilton relegated, says Robbie B. Me.
Well, we're still waiting for anything to happen. Honestly, the last 10 minutes have seemed dire here.
Well, I'm really looking forward to this final half hour at Fir Park because it's so finely poised now. It's been an alright game actually. There's been chances at both ends. Oh, I tell you what, there could have been a red card here for Motherwell. I've just seen the replay. I think it was Campbell in the middle of the park on Butcher. Stud showing caught him actually in the sort of midriff because Butcher had slid in as well. That could have been a red card if the referee had seen that.
What do you think? I was going to actually ask something about the games. I can't mind what now.
So why have you interrupted me then?
Why haven't I interrupted you?
Anyway, what was it? Go on, give me it.
I was going to say, Eddie Howe, next Rangers manager.
Dearie me, Stevie G, next Bournemouth manager, says, who was it that said that?
Well,
it was Jamie O'Hara, wasn't it?
Jamie
O'Hara. What an absolute doofus, man. That was...
What a tool. You know, sometimes I'm cautious of saying things on YouTube in case it, tampers with any future.
I tell you what, you got to love that though. Like Scottish football, it's the constant civil war. We all fight like cat and dog up here about a football team. You see some English pundit comes out and slags the game. Dearie me, we get onto it, don't we?
No.
John Finnegan, hi Ryan and David. What happened to the Scotland Euro 2020 campaign? I'm assuming he means our football manager version of it.
It'll be back.
Probably by the time Euro 2024 comes. But
Euro 2021 will be on. Oh, we'll be back.
Ryan, that's a brilliant comment. Ryan, bring back Slayton English fans.
Here, by the way. All I'm saying is, keep your eyes open.
Oh, very good. Is this a 20k sub special? I do think you should do the look back on old videos, though. That'd be a crack. Or maybe you should just get me to look back in the videos for you.
Yesterday, I made the thumbnail for Celtic versus English fans free, and I was going to tweet it with the eyes, and I thought, no, we'll wait. But we'll see. The Jamie O'Hara thing really brought it up for me. So.
Robbie B, that's a cracking comment. Get that highlighted. We'll answer that. I'll answer yours for you. Ryan's favourite game he's been to, well, there's two, either Lazio or the Aberdeen Cup final. One of the two, I'm guessing.
Thank you. You know me too well.
Yeah. My favourite game ever, April 23rd, 2011, East End Park, Dunfermline 2, Wraith Rovers 1, Martin Hardy double. Pretty much won the league with Dunfermline, superb. Only time I've ever been to East End Park and it's been absolutely full. And it was amazing.
What league was that?
It was Championship, mate. So that put us in the Premiership, where we lasted a season, then got relegated and got put into administration and then almost died. But we didn't, so but that was my favourite game.
You didn't let your club die.
We did not. We rallied behind and saved them. Yeah,
that's good. I love that.
Which we like to let the Rangers fans know whenever we were at Ibrox. Robbie B getting them back, that's never 10 yards. Yeah, that was the goal. I don't know, Ryan, if you've ever seen the video of the goal, the free kick that day. There's a video from like the Norrie McCarthy stand behind the goal, the free kick. And this old guy's like, get him back, ref! Get him back! That's never 10 yards! And then the goal goes in the top corner.
Aye,
superb.
Aye, that's right.
That is superb. So that's my favourite game I've ever been to. But yeah. And Ryan's is obviously Lazio and Aberdeen.
Lazio. It's got to be the Lazio game.
Is Lazio bigger better than Aberdeen for you? The Aberdeen Cup final?
Yeah, it's so hard.
I suppose you couldn't have a drink for the Aberdeen Cup
exactly.
final.
That's honestly the thing that separates the two of them is the fact that I was roaming the streets of Rome.
Roaming the streets of Rome.
So, here, big chance, Ross County. Ball in the area. He's on the edge. Shoot, son. What's he doing? He's laid off. Surely a goal. Oh, it's off the line. Oh, who's they missed that? Ross County missing a massive chance. It could have been at 1-0. Oh, my goodness, God almighty. I need to see that again. What has happened there? Ball over in the middle. Man's on the edge of the box. Lays it off.
Oh, chance for Motherwell. Chris Long with an absolute sitter he's missed.
It wasn't off the line.
There's a sitter here at Motherwell. I'm telling you what.
It wasn't off the line here. I'll finish off before you go. It was Stewart. Oh, it hits the post. He goes for the near post finish. Very smart done, but he just doesn't get it in the back of the net.
Chance here at massive chance at Fir Park. Chris Long's got to score this. It's Seedorf down the right hand side. Gets to the byline, crosses it in. Tony Watt heads it back across goal. And Long, he's in the 6-yard box and he just blazes it over with a header. He's got to score that. Massive chance for Motherwell.
2 substitutions getting made here. A double sub for Ross County. Irwin and Tillison making their ways off the park. Not too sure who they've actually brought on yet because they're just showing them leave the park. But I can confirm Irwin and Tillison are off.
It looks like Motherwell are about to make a substitution.
Mullins came on. That's one of the guys that's came on. I don't know who else has came on. Mullins came on for Ross County.
He's a good player, Josh Mullen. Very good player. So it'll be interesting. That's so finely poised as well. That final, just 25 minutes maybe at New Douglas. You know, it's mental how early in the season 2 teams tipped to be near the bottom. Whoever gets the 3 points there, it'll be a massive boost for them. But yeah, this game as well. I'm really enjoying this now at Fir Park. There's chances at both ends. Feisty tackles, and it'll be interesting to see if Motherwell can get back in it. Goal to Livingston at the Tony Macaroni.
Oh, we got a goal,
It was a penalty kick that was scored. Not quite sure who scored it yet.
Waiting to find out who's took the penalty for Livy. I'm going to get it up. Hopefully it doesn't tell me Nisbet again, because it wasn't Nisbet the last time. I can confirm it's apparently Christian Doidge. Bet365 are having a howler. Christian Doidge apparently scored a penalty for Livingston.
Okay, well, it was Lyndon Dykes who scored the penalty for Livingston.
Lyndon Dykes gets the goal. I will go and update the score for everybody.
RL67 says the 3-1 prediction is on. It is on, mate. Well done, you, if that holds out.
That is very good. A
couple of quid on that.
No, it's about a tenner on that. And you know what's a funny story? Here's a story I'll tell. So we were at Celtic Park one day. It was. Do you know what day it was? It was the last ever game we were able to sit in the stadiums for. It was the day we beat Ross County 5-0. You remember Griffiths scored a hat-trick?
Oh, that's right, yeah.
The odds were 25. The odds were 25-1 for Griffiths to score the hat-trick, right? Decent odds. Griffiths scores one. The old guy behind us sitting there, he taps our shoulders. He's like, "Oh, I've got that on. Griffiths hat-trick. Come on. Oh, good on you, mate." He's like, "We'll see what happens then." Guess he's second, and the wee guy, see him, third one goes in. And honestly, him and his 3 old buddies start going after him up like, they're going mental. The hat tickets came up, we turned around. How much did you put on it? £1. Put a bloody £1 on it.
Paint the town red that night.
It was just, honestly, you'd think with the way the reaction.
That's such an old boy thing to do, isn't it? Like, just put a quid in a coupon. Like,
it's the fact they started celebrating like they'd won the lottery. You'd think that you'd shoved about 20 quid on it.
That's a lot of money for the old fella.
No, £25. I'm sure it pays.
That's interesting. I want to get that in the comments from people. That's a really good thing. What was the last game you were at for? The last game anyone in the comments was at before lockdown. What was the last game? Mine was
the last game?
Fairland Partick Thistle, which was on the Tuesday before lockdown on the Saturday. And it was a 1-1 draw. And we conceded in the last minute. It was devastating. But yeah, that was my last one. So what was everyone's last game before lockdown? Robbie B, did you go to Capello for the league title? No, I did not. So after that Wraith Rovers game I was talking about, we went to Capello and won the league title. It was a pitch invasion, but I couldn't persuade my dad to take us back down because obviously it's a big bit of travel for us. But yeah, it's another one of those days that when you're a kid, you don't appreciate it as much as when, like, if that was to happen now, you wouldn't see me for about a week after. But
no, exactly. Hamilton moving forward, yeah, good chance. Here's a question for you, David, before we
Matthew Duff and Aidan Drennan and Matthew Fachney all had St Mirren as their last game they were at before lockdown, and someone's was Copenhagen, so yeah,
Copenhagen.
Unlucky, mate.
It's a long time I've been waiting, huh?
Yeah, it's been pretty awful. Robbie B, mine was Partick 0, Queens 0 that relegated Thistle. Fantastic.
Aye. Relegated. Ryan, do you think we need the right winger to bring out the best of James Forrest? Yep, absolutely. I've said it in the channel week in, week out. We need a right winger. David, here's a quick question. I've asked you your favourite crisp, I asked you something else. I don't want you to give me an answer to. Favourite beer?
Oh, on draft or bottled?
We'll go draft.
I think they're two different questions though, because like on draft you don't beat a nice pint of Tennent's for me. Like it's kind of like a staple that I'm just constantly on the Tennent's, man. Can't beat it. I like a wee Moretti. I must be honest, a wee Moretti's not bad.
Best bottled beer for me. Best bottled beer for me is Peroni.
Yeah, I'd probably. Well, I don't mind a Peroni. I wouldn't drink a can of Tennent's, so I think a can of Tennent's is pretty honking. Compared to a pint of Tennent's.
Stinking.
You know what I mean? There's just I wouldn't drink cans of Tennent's, that much.
I wouldn't. Look at that.
There's the phone. You can mute this while I answer Robbie's question.
Would you believe it?
Have you been to Palmerston, David? Yes, I was at Palmerston last season when Dunfermline won 3-2 against Queens. It was superb. What a day that was. I was a bit under the influence that day. And Ryan McDonald says, bring back Paddy. Would you go along with that, Ryan?
Bring back Paddy?
Roberts, I'm guessing.
Right, I was thinking the co-op, to be honest.
Age doesn't really matter to Paddy McCourt because he didn't run anyway.
Aye. Bring back Paddy. Yeah, I'd bring him back. I'd take him.
Has he not just signed for somebody? Am I making that up?
He might have. I've not really kept up with it, to be quite honest, after he left Middlesbrough.
Why do Celtic fans have this? And actually, it's not just Celtic fans. Dunfermline fans are the same. Maybe it's a Scottish thing. Been absolutely obsessed with bringing back former players. What's that all about? Why is everyone and Dunfermline fans are the same?
It's just really, you know what you're getting, didn't you? That's what it is.
Yeah.
Let's be quite honest about it, isn't it? I don't think there's much more to it than that. I can't believe that I'm getting the 0-0 here.
Stevie Boy, 1988, Bud all day long, king of beers. He's obviously off
my goodness.
Actually, I don't even mind a Budweiser. I'm going to stick up for Stevie Boy.
Jesus,
feisty challenges at Fir Park.
Literally the worst.
No, I don't mind a Budweiser, man. I'm telling you.
No. I'll let you in for an exclusive because there's only 60 people watching, so it's not exactly
60. I tell you what, we were talking about this morning. 60 really more than
thank you.
I thought we'd get.
Thank you for everybody who's came. We thought we were going to have about 5 viewers all day, so thank you very much. And I feel like we've had a lot of the same people here as well. So the people who stuck with us this whole stream, thank you very much. What I was going to say was next year I'm planning on doing a series on the channel when the Euro. It was actually meant to be happening right now. I'm going to do the European Championships of beers and put them all into their groups for the Euros. I'm going to film it with a friend, doing it at my pal's bar, get it filmed, all in the one day. So hopefully by the final I'm steaming and we'll find out who produces the best beer in Europe. Okay, interesting. That sounds interesting. That's the content you get in Ryan 118. Top quality content. It's top quality content. I'm not disagreeing with you, mate. I'm not disagreeing with you. Ryan, I love a wee Moretti in a beer garden. I'd love to have a wee Moretti in a beer garden right now. I mean, we're talking about that. I mean, I honestly just looked at the phone. What's the most recent message in the chat? Pub. See, I'm working. I'm actually working. We're going to have to finish this stream sharpish. I'm working in like half an hour. Otherwise, I would be going straight for a pint after this. But if I finish early enough, maybe a wee beer. Robbie B says Queen's better not sign Michael Payton back. It would be a typical Alan Johnson signing. Yeah, it would be. Michael Payton was decent first time around at Dunfermline, but he came back and it's just he'll be past it now. I'd have thought. Shea Adams is in the chat. Have you seen that? Shea Adams. He's just come in here and said Scottish Mickey Mouse League. I mean, if that is the real Shea Adams, then how you doing, Shea? Please come and play for Scotland. If it's not the real one, then get yourself to France. Pretty much. You want to come here and slag Scottish football in this chat, man. Someone's saying the best beer is Orkney Gold. I'll try that. Oh wait, actually, Orkney Gold. I have a bottle of that on the back of my computer. What is he doing around there, man? I got for my 18th birthday. My dad's pal got me a beer, and it's like wrapped up and that's been there for over a year. Then is that what you're telling me? So I'm never going to drink it. Well, no, it's been over there for over 2 years now. Oh, big chance! Oh, how have they done that? Oh, gee, Ross County have missed some cells a day, I tell you. Unbelievable.
Oh, some handbags here. Some handbags at Fir Park. Campbell and I think
What
it was
colour?
Butcher. A bit of pushing and shoving.
Leather.
What you saying, sorry?
I said leather.
Leather handbags, yeah, absolutely. Free kick to Motherwell now. 90 minutes left. Turnbull in swinger.
Did that come off
Towards
the
the
post
back
again?
post. Saved by Seagrist.
Ross County have hit the woodwork a couple of times now.
The comments are flying in. Ryan Blair, the irony of slagging Scottish football whilst watching a stream about Scottish football. Yeah, I completely agree, mate. Stephen Campbell went to Scottish Heroes coming back. FM coming back. It'll be back soon. I'm not committing soon because we just haven't got around to recording it yet. Where are we? Celtic don't even spend that, and we have most. I don't know what that comment's in relation to.
Well done, a grand job. You've done a grand job, son.
I'm just trying to watch the
Anything
comments.
happening over at Fir Park? Much happening there?
It's getting very tasty. Here's something happening. Here's a wee development. Oh no, I thought it was Nicky Clark coming on. It's not. It is. I'm not entirely sure because there's no graphics or nothing on this Motherwell TV just now. So until I see his number in the back of his shirt, I don't know. But yeah, it's been tasty. There's loads of challenges flying in. Motherwell starting to push now.
I'd kill for that.
They've got a hope at Dundee United that they can hold on to this victory that seems to be heading their way after throwing away 2 points last week. They don't want to do it again today, so yeah, it'll be an interesting final 18 minutes or so.
Well, I'm falling asleep here. It's nice of Hamilton TV just to update us. It was 1-0 Dundee United. That's the first goal Flash they've gave us. When the goal was 20 minutes ago.
It was a bit longer than that. So where are we else in the comments?
It's nice to see that the folks of Hamilton are congregating on the hill outside the stadium to watch the game. There's some local youth on bikes watching on, which is nice to see.
Just go and highlight J Mac's comment now, will you, please?
Okay, sir. Give me a moment.
He's wanting to
there's a ball coming in. Hamilton have a chance. Cleared. Right, J Mac or JMC.
Happy birthday, Ewan, mate.
Happy birthday, Ewan.
Hope you're watching, mate.
Hope you're watching.
That's the most unenthusiastic happy birthday shout ever. Sorry.
Well, not quite like George Bowie, are we?
Are you going to react to this one? That looks well. Morelos. So I thought he'd be gone by now. What's happening there?
Well, apparently he is off, isn't he?
Yeah. They were expecting confirmation last night, apparently, but
apparently 17 million quid or something. So wait and see. I don't keep up to date too much. There's not many Rangers fans on YouTube that keep me satisfied. So.
Oh, mate, Sharpdiv's my hero. What are you talking about?
I love Sharpdiv. I do love Sharpdiv. What a man.
Oh, boy. Ryan McDonald, it's been a pleasure, boys. Beer Garden is calling. Get it round you. Yeah, I'll be there. I won't be there because I'm working. I wish I was.
Rub it in, Ryan.
Enjoy. You'll literally be sitting in a beer garden that I wish I should be sitting in right now. But,
do you have
life. We're here providing entertainment for people.
Do you need to go to another town to go to the beer garden with your mates?
Yeah, so to go to the beer garden, I'd have to go 10 miles? Which is pretty mad, isn't it? Well, yeah. It's not like we've got cabs just on taxi ranks here, though. It's not going to happen.
You wouldn't catch me in a taxi unless some daft bastard was paid.
Never a shortcut with a taxi.
I have quite the reputation for being bad with the taxis.
Yeah.
I think old people quite.
What is the taxi driver chat just now? What is it? Because I remember, there was a time where every taxi driver in the world was talking about Steve Clark when he was at Kelly. That was an interesting. I was a taxi 3 times in one day. Don't know why. I was travelling around Glasgow doing stuff. 3 taxi drivers talked to me about Steve Clark, which is mad. Some job he's doing at Kelly. Some job he's doing at Kelly.
I think the most recent conversation I've had in the taxi was a lovely guy that actually the other night I was coming back for Firewater's pub quiz, and where was he from again? He was for somewhere, I don't know much. It was something like Sri Lanka or something like that. He was from a different country. It was really nice, and he was telling us the culture there and all the rest. It was really nice guy. I can't remember his name, but he was a lovely guy. That was my most recent.
Nicky Clark is coming on for Dundee United just now, but Motherwell have a throw-in. Another long throw-in. Declan Gallagher is covering some yards, going over to take these long throw-ins. He's just about to launch another one into the box.
It's getting a wee bit dirty over here now.
Cleared.
There's still something to be done here at New Douglas Park. Hamilton 0, Ross County 0. There's a free kick now for Ross County. Ross Stewart was brought down outside.
Here come Dundee United. It's a 3-on-3. Right-hand side now. Can they get a cross in? Motherwell have got men back now, but United are doing really well at counter-attacking. The ball in the box, it's flicked over by number 3. I'm not too sure who that is.
Ross County are the only ones really doing much at the moment. Ball in the box, it's swung in. Can anyone get to it? The keeper spills it. Say, Sean Shirley, how are they missing these? It's a goal! Ross County! 1-0. There's finally something happened here at New Douglas Park. Hamilton, a horrendous piece of goalkeeping there. And Ross County take the lead 1-0. And there's a lot of relief within the strikers and the forwards because they've seen how many chances they've wasted today. But really, honestly, Hamilton will be disappointed with how that goal has been considered. Just a highlight game, ball swung in, keeper comes out to claim it, he spills it right to the feet of County. A shot is blocked by the defenders. They do well, they keep out the first shot, but he is there to finish it a second time. I'm still waiting to see just quite who put it in.
Do you know the name of any of these players?
I don't actually. I think it was Kelly. It was Kelly that scored that.
Stephen Kelly, fantastic. I thought he would do well for them this season.
I'm sure it's Stephen Kelly anyway. I wouldn't take my word for it quite yet, but I'm sure it's him. But it's 1-0 Ross County. Is it Stephen Kelly? I don't know if it is actually. I think it might be elsewhere. I think the goal's gone for someone else. I don't think it's Stephen Kelly. I cannot confirm.
It's a goal anyway.
I need to go and update the score. I can't believe I've paid 15.
Tell you what, though, it would be absolutely typical of Ross County to take max points from the first 2 games after you tipped them to go down.
Oh, I know.
Someone saying it was Billy Mackay. Well, it was a blonde-haired player anyway, so if it's Billy Mackay, I'll let you off.
I think it was.
Sounds strange that it was probably Nisbet. Quite possible.
I'll check in my phone just now to see if I've got it updated.
So, just while you were screaming about a goal there was the changes at Fir Park. Dundee United, the double sub, Pollitt and Harks going off. Ian Harks was very good this afternoon for Dundee United. Very impressed with him.
Why is all
Nicky Clark's on now?
It was Billy Mackay, right? But look at this. Up here, right? Can you see my phone?
Yeah, mate.
Up here it says Ian Viggers scored up there, right?
Ian Viggers. God, you just butchered that.
But what? How else is
it? It's Vigers, not Viggers.
Oh, it's bloody Viggers. Anyway.
Well, the comments are saying it's Ian Vigers. So.
In the description, it says Billy Mackay.
Well, the comments, 3 of them are saying it's Ian Vigers, so I don't know. Oh, more challenges flying in here in Motherwell. Oh, it's a bad one from David Turnbull.
It's been corrected. It is indeed Billy Mackay who scored the goal.
David Turnbull's just been booked for a really strong challenge. I tell you what, though, studs were showing. He's probably lucky that he wasn't off the ground, though, because that could have been a red card. There've been a few really naughty challenges in this game.
Yeah, all I'm saying is, if Motherwell score, I'm 160 quid up. So
you are. It's a good.
How are they looking? How are they looking, David?
Well, it's really hard to tell. The game's been the same the whole way through because Motherwell had all the ball, creating a few chances, but United break with such pace and they look really threatening. Hilton's just come on from Motherwell. That's another attacking change for them in place of Campbell. So that's definitely a change with attacking intent. But yeah, just over 12 minutes to go plus stoppage time here at Fir Park. I say here at Fir Park. I'm not at Fir Park, but let's just pretend I am. Actually, Tony Watt is in for Motherwell here. Down the left-hand side. He's in the box. He turns.
Tony.
Oh, he's just fouled this man. It's another tackle. They're getting really, really angry with each other, these players here. Tony Watt's just really smiling.
Brian Rice has been frustrated all game. You can see it in his face. I don't know if it's just because he's naturally an unhappy-looking man, right? But he has looked very disappointed in his team all game. And right now, he is not happy. Ross County going to waste as much time as they can here. A slow walk off the park. Substitutions being made. It's the 4th substitution of the game. Of course, the leisure of making 5 is now a thing. But there we go. Ross County 1, Hamilton 0. Brian Rice, he's walking up and down that touchline. He's seething.
He is seething. Yeah, and imagine this, again, like we said at the start, if you're Hamilton, you're going to have a list of games you want to win if you're going to stay up. And yeah, it looks like they're not going to do that this afternoon with just over 10 minutes to go. Ryan Blair says, we Lucozade sponsor. Yeah, I wish. I'll tell you everything about Lucozade though, Ryan. You ever been a Lucozade orange man?
I don't like any Lucozade.
See, like I used to love it, but then they went and took all the sugar out of it. It's the first time I've actually had it in ages, but I used to drink that stuff and nothing else. It was amazing.
I would prefer to be sponsored by this month.
Oh, very good. Is that the water you get at like school lunches?
Yes, that's quite precisely. It's actually not MacB, it's in this. So what my mother does is she uses the MacB bottles and she fills it up with Volvic, mango and passion fruit. Beautiful.
That's interesting. Why not just keep it in a Volvic bottle?
Because they come in a bit, it's like the 1.5 litre bottles.
Ah, fair enough.
And I like to take it up to bed with me at night. Helps me sleep.
So I'm not even going to make the joke because in my head here. Right, 10 minutes to go at Fir Park. Oh, here's a chance. Oh, offside.
Hamilton moving forward. They're looking a little bit more up tempo now, but Ross County do suss them out, and now they're moving forward in the counter attack. Oh, he's done really well. Stewart's away. What a player Stewart is, by the way. Can I just say that? He's been brilliant all day, apart from the sitter that he missed.
He was great
but
on Monday night as well.
Ross County moving forward, ball crossed in, but cleared away. Ross Stewart looking really good. I said he was a key man for them this season.
Yeah, United are about to launch another cross and launch a long ball towards Motherwell's box. This is, Dundee United have got to manage this last 10 minutes because if you'd imagine training last week, what they would have worked on is how they had the lead and they squandered it. So, has the work midweek paid off so they can do it this afternoon? Someone asked in the comments, how has Turnbull played? You know what?
Billy Mackay's gone off, by the way. Billy Mackay's off and Ross Draper is on. Continue what you're saying.
Yeah, Turnbull's been okay. He's still... He played next to no football last season, so it will take him a while to get back up to pace, probably longer than most players. There's definitely a talent there, but I think he will end up being really good across the course of the season. Whether it takes him a wee while longer to really find top form, he's been okay this afternoon though.
David, my cash out sitting at £18.19. What are you thinking?
What did you see another goal?
Aye.
I don't know, man. I wouldn't, because you'd just kick yourself if you do.
Yeah, exactly.
So also in the comments, Robbie B, I think Danny Devine might come to us, David. Was he good for the fire one? You can have Danny Devine, mate, and I'm not going to be too upset about that. You can have Danny Devine. Danny Devine, though, I mean, he was one of the biggest scapegoats in Dunfermline, but he does make some howlers occasionally. Did score at Palmerston when we went down there, though. Nicky Clark's whipped in a corner. Connolly had it. Chance! Oh, they've just smashed the bar. What an effort that was.
Who smashed the bar?
United have just smashed the bar.
God, thank
from about 30 yards. What an effort that was. I can't wait to see a replay. I don't know who it was. So the ball came in towards Connolly. He went for the header. It came back out. And who was it? I still can't see who it was. But it may have been a save, actually. The shot was fired in from about the edge of the D. What a save that is. Wow. I think it's Trevor Carson. What a save.
Carson.
Wait till you see this on Sports Scene. That is an unbelievable save. The pace on this volley, it was Dylan Powers with the effort. He's absolutely smashed it for 25 yards. Tipped it on at the bar. What a save.
I'll tell you what, that's worked both ways for me because also I put on the draw today for that game, but I also took Powers out my team. So if he scored that...
What a save, Trevor Carson. And that's something you want Sports Scene alone just for that. What a save. Like it's one of those, right? It's not away from him, but the speed that's on to get the hand up and tip that over the bar, what a save!
Is that a save of the season contender?
It's up there. Motherwell coming forward, right hand side corner for Motherwell. This is a really exciting last 10 minutes we've got here.
Look at that! Look at that, Colin. What do you think?
I saw it. And I was waiting for you to. There's a video on Twitter going around of a few Hibs fans at Livingston singing about Kevin Nisbet, like in a wee corner where you can kind of see into the ground. Obviously, we don't approve of that behaviour.
I'm all aboard the Nisbet Express.
Mate, I'm the founding member of the Nisbet Express.
Lewis Smith is off for Hamilton. Justin Johnson making his way onto the park for them.
I think he just signed last week, I think, that boy Johnson.
So,
have you seen Hamilton TV? Is there like graphics of the subs and stuff?
About 10 minutes later, aye.
Right, okay. Well, Motherwell aren't doing that, so which is probably better if you're going to do it so late. Here comes United on the ball now. Motherwell need to get the ball because with 5 minutes plus stoppages left, they're not going to win it when United have it.
Hamilton's next game, tough one, Wednesday night, Aberdeen. I mean, if they don't get anything against Ross County here, which isn't looking likely, could go the first 3 games without any points.
I tell you what, though, Motherwell, though, the first 2 games back, Monday night and again today, they've looked a shadow of what we saw from them consistently last season. And Ross County, they can get that win today. What a start to the season for them. Dundee United as well. I think if you'd have offered Mickey Mellon 4 points for his first 2 games, he'd have taken them. They've got to make sure they hold on and get them, though. United have the ball in the attacking third. Clark coming on is a good substitution to make. He'll hold the ball up, draw free kicks, etc. But yeah, it's been a really decent game, this, actually.
I think that is the last substitution now being made for Hamilton. And I believe the big man himself, Okumpo, is making his way onto the park. Big chance! Oh, he's missed it! Hamilton,
Who missed it? Who missed what?
I think he might have gave a free kick goal. Hamilton were going for the equaliser. Another bad goalkeeping error. What is the new ball slippery? Is it covered in lubricant? Because
no context, Ryan 118. Just clip that wee sentence.
It's just slipping right out their horns. But I think he's gave a free kick anyway. I don't think it would have counted if it did go in. It's not a Combo's game on. It's Owolabi who has made his way onto the park. I can confirm that now. I've just seen his shirt.
Oh, well. I mean, glad you can confirm that. Cheers, Cammy.
No worries.
Motherwell coming forward.
That's a poor challenge, Bobby. Get a card out there. That's a terrible tackle from Ross County, and I'll just try to get the game slowed right down. But that's a booking there, surely. Comes in. That's terrible. That's a yellow card, but I think it looks as though he's going to get away with it.
If someone's just, I want to bring your attention to a comment. Someone asked if you would date a teddy bear, and then Robbie B said Ryan would date anything that moves. So I don't know if you've got to respond to that allegation.
Aye. Anything that moves sounds good to me. That's point beyond desperate.
So ball's getting launched forward here. Motherwell coming forward on the attack. I think Jordan White's come on up front, so there's a big physical presence there for the Well.
David Templeton will do much when he's on the park. Templeton on the ball now.
Gallagher with a long ball forward. 3 minutes plus stoppages. Left here at Fir Park.
Big save. Big save.
Save for who?
I'll let you guess.
Who had the save? Chance, goal! Oh no, it's been disallowed. It's been disallowed. It's been disallowed.
For who?
Jordan White for Motherwell with a header into the back of the net. But it's been disallowed for a push, and it was a push, I must be honest. It was clear as day, actually. Now I've just seen it back. Lovely ball in from the left-hand side. White with a great header into the far corner. But it was a great spot by the referee. Well, I say great spot, actually.
120.
The arms are definitely in the back, so it's one of those. He might have gone down a bit soft, but as soon as you put the arms in the back, and as you're a striker, you're running the title, that's going to get disallowed. So, yeah, 1-1 Motherwell, but it has been disallowed. So it's still 1-0 to United here at Fir Park. 2.5 minutes plus stoppages left.
My cash-in has failed dramatically from 18 to £8.60. But back to what I was saying a moment ago, Moyle got on the end of a cross, big save from the county keeper. Could have been 1-0.
What have you made of Moyle this afternoon? Because I know the Hamilton fans think he's the man. So
I think he's looked decent. He's looked hungry. He's going in now. He's looked decent. He's looked really hungry. I think really
corner at Motherwell.
I don't think Hamilton have done enough moving forward to really, bring him right into the game. They've sent a lot of balls in for him. He's got on the end of his head, but that's it. It's all really got to save him today. But he's looked lively. I think he looks decent.
I think if you're Stephen Robinson now, having turned down potential moves away at stay at Motherwell, he'll be desperate for at least a point from the first two. I mean, that would be a poor retirement to leave with nothing from the first two games. Would be not great. Dundee United looked very good, and for an hour last week they looked very good as well. And at the moment, it seems like they're learning from the mistakes of last week and holding on to a point. But Motherwell have another corner. Gallagher is pretty much playing as a centre forward at this point. A minute and 10 seconds plus stoppages to go at Fir Park. Corner on the right-hand side for Motherwell. And hopefully, I say hopefully, I really couldn't care less, but Turnbull whips it in. Will there be a chance?
Well, I hope Motherwell will get a goal, to be quite honest, because I could be
for another corner on the other side. United are penned in here just now. How long have you got left at Hamilton?
We have got 2 minutes plus stoppages left to play.
Very good, very good, very good. It was McGabby with a header, but it was deflected off Butcher and out for a corner. I don't know who's going to take this. It's going to be whipped in left-footed.
How many minutes you got left to clock?
I've got 40 seconds left plus stoppages. Whipped in, the corner's long. Tony Watt heads it back across. Reynolds chests it and clears. Long throw, I'd imagine, coming here for Gallagher.
Ross County's sitting deep now, man. They're sitting really deep.
Reynolds has been imperious at the back for Dundee United today. I have to say that. He's been very, very good. Got the goal as well. Definitely a man of the match performance for him, in my opinion. He's been very good. Declan Gallagher with another long throw for Motherwell. Launches it into the box. Can they get the flick on? It's cleared again by that man, Mark Reynolds. He's been fantastic. Another corner, though, for Motherwell. United are hanging on here just now.
Really, just get it in the back of the net, Motherwell. Give me that money.
I say hanging on, though. They're defending these really well. I'd have thought Motherwell might have changed tactic with these long throws because they've not created an awful lot from them. Oh, header back across by Tony Watt. And I think Butcher went to volley it clear and ended up volleying his own goalie. Seagrass claimed it. Very much put himself in harm's way there for the cause. But we are into stoppage time.
Any sign of how many minutes have been added?
Nothing here. So I'm just going to guesswork. I'd imagine maybe 2 or 3. Well, saying that there's been a few subs, so it'll probably be at least 3 now I think about it. United have the ball down the right-hand side.
Nothing really happening here.
And they want to throw in the Motherwell half of the pitch right in the corner. So
not giving anything.
That's exactly what they wanted.
It's been a really good stream, though. I've enjoyed this. Really enjoyed this.
Yeah, it's been good for a first one. We might get a bit of late drama. Delighted to see so many people in throughout. So many of the same names in the whole way through. There's been a goal for Hibernian. It's 4-1. A penalty kick. So, was Kevin still on the pitch?
Did he get his hat trick? I'm going to go.
As far as I'm aware, he was still on the pitch. So, was he given it?
Go Hibs. Let's find out what is bet. I don't even know if I should trust Bet365, to be honest, because I've made a howler of the last few. Let's see what they're saying. Who got the fourth goal for Hibernian today?
It was Kevin Nisbet. A hat trick for Kevin Nisbet at the Tony Macaroni Arena. Fantastic.
Absolutely unbelievable.
Fair play. What a guy. Good. I mean, I've raved about him so much, but just
3 minutes added on to stoppage time here.
Ryan Blair had 3-1. He's upset.
As Hamilton looks to try their best to get something in the dying embers of the game. Heading across, Ross County really need to clear this. They're taking their time to get it away. And will Hamilton manage to push forward? How's it going for Motherwell, David?
Well, United have got the ball in the corner, and they have had for the last minute. So it's actually right in the corner flag, and Motherwell have a throw. They've got to move it quickly, otherwise the game will be a bogey for them. Dundee United, very good this afternoon. Looks so solid at the back. Mark Reynolds, as I said, imperious. Is he your player of the weekend so far? Well, I mean, the player of the weekend is playing in green in Livingston, I think, at the moment. But he's the man of the match here for me. As long as they can hold on, Trevor Carson's running up with this, actually, launches it.
Your top Scottish football man of the match is...
Tony Watt flicks it on, but there's nobody there. Seagrass will take that, and that should be that, I'd imagine, at Fir Park.
So we'll give our man of the match awards very quickly. We're going to give it to Nisbet over in Livingston. I believe you're giving it to Reynolds, aren't you?
Yeah, so, well, Kevin Nisbet kind of writes himself, even though we didn't watch the game. We didn't need to with that. I'm going to give man of the match Mark Reynolds. I would have said Ian Harkes if he played the full game because he was brilliant, but Reynolds with a goal as well just edges it.
Here at Hamilton, I'm going to go ahead.
Ball launched forward by Mugabe for Motherwell.
I'm going to go ahead.
Well, we've almost played 93 minutes.
If you can let me speak, I'll give it to Ross Stewart here for the second game in a row.
You're just jealous I've got an intense end to a game and you don't.
Yeah. Mine's is just passing around the back.
Motherwell are going to launch it. Declan Gallagher now, just inside the half, launches it in the box. Who's going to get the first ball? Connolly tries to up there. It's flicked on by Watt, out for a goal kick to Dundee United, and that should be that.
Well, Hamilton in the box, by the way, last it's only 1-0 here. Well, that's poor, man. That big Johnson, very poor. Moyo
Seagrass taking all the time in the world to get this goal kick.
I should expect. Same with Ross County, goal kick waiting here. Johnson's actually made his way over to get the ball so that they do take it quicker, but Ross County have, of course, and no rush at all. But it looks as though it's going to finish 1-0 to County here at New Douglas Park.
We're still playing here. The goal kick's been taken. We're still playing. Free kick. Throw into
the clock here.
Throw into Dundee United inside the Motherwell half, exactly where they want to be. Cammy Smith takes it. No, he leaves it. They're just taking all the time in the world. I think the referee's looking at his watch. I mean, if you're Mickey Mellon, you're delighted, absolutely delighted to go to Motherwell without Shankland starting, without Clark, without McMullen, and to go and get 3 points. That's massive, and really solidifies our top 6 credentials. And there it's full time at Fir Park. Motherwell 0, Dundee United 1.
Would have been nice. If they could have got a wee draw there, because I'd have been money up, and I need money. But here we are. I would have paid for today's game. That I have got the pleasure of sitting to watch. Ross County with a flicky goal. We should be getting the full-time whistle any moment now. Ross County do have a throw-in. That does give them an advantage to score here. But there's Bobby Madden blowing the whistle full-time here at New Douglas Park. Hamilton 0, Ross County 1. A poor result for Hamilton at home. But Ross County taking 6 points from their opening 2 games. Fantastic. They will be absolutely chuffed. Billy Mackay with the goal. Hamilton 0, County 1.
Tell you what, cracking day for the away teams.
No, that was really good for Williams. Yep, exactly. Decent meeting.
Tell you what, this is a really, really, really good game here at Fir Park. I mean, one of the things you thought about having no fans in stadiums was the intensity wouldn't be there. Maybe the tackles wouldn't be flying. This had everything today. Really good game. Motherwell, for all they were beaten, created chances, should have scored a couple themselves. United, very, very good though. Very impressed how well organised they were. And to go here without Shankland, without Clark from the start, without McMullen, and get 3 points at Fir Park is a massive result. And anyone who thinks that they are in the league just to stay up this year, I think you're wrong. They're going to be pushing for that top 6.
Absolutely. I think that you've said everything, today. there was a real intensity in that game at New Douglas Park as well. Yes, there was periods of the game where not much was happening, but you seen it at the start. This Ross County especially, really impressive today. And yes, it's been a big change for them going from the dual to one manager setup. Maybe it's helped them because they've looked good. They're opening 2 games, and although it's only been 2 1-0 wins, they've played really well twice now. And I think they'll go the rest of the season trying to prove to people, we're not going to finish bottom. That's 6 points in 2 games. That's massive. Hearts barely got that amount of points last season. So, really good stuff from Ross County. A really decent game at points. There was some boring parts, but there always is. And bring on the next set of fixtures.
So that's pretty much us. I've got to get to work. So thank you very much, everyone, for joining us.
Very quickly before you go. Very quickly. Predictions for tomorrow.
Well, remind me who's playing tomorrow. Celtic, Kelly. I think that Celtic will win 2-0 against Kelly tomorrow.
And St Mirren Rangers.
Rangers will win 3-0.
Well, there you go.
I don't see any shocks tomorrow.
3-0 Celtic, 2-0 Rangers. That's what I'm saying. We'll one up them. Anyway, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for watching. We do appreciate like and subscribe. It's been really good, the support here today, so thank you all.
On the road to 1,000.
Yep, that's it. Right, see you after.
Thank you very much. Catch you later.